You're listening to iLive Radio, changing the way you listen to radio. iLive Radio.
What's good, everybody? What's Liddy?
What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your girl Draya Ivy.
It's your man iLive. Lex-Roc in the building. We going live. Shout out to all the viewers. How he talks.
Shout out
I got my co-host to the left of me.
What up, what up, what up? Go by the name Jay Nice. You know what it is.
Got my co-host to the right of me.
Woodle that great. What's going on? How you doing?
And today we have a special guest by a beautiful young lady named Miss Claudia.
Hello.
Give it up to Claudia.
What's up, Claudia? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing amazing. I'm happy I'm here.
All right, all right. How's everyone else doing in the building?
Chilling. Jeremy, what up?
Who's Jeremy?
Crip, what up?
Oh, okay. What we're doing now?
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
You on
I'm
the
like,
line.
Say a shout out for Dan. He's probably watching too.
Yeah.
Yanni, what up?
Dan. Dan.
Oh,
Decal one joined.
and of course, Music Media Lounge.
Shout out Music Media Lounge.
Support
Home
locally
base.
grown businesses.
Home base.
That's what's up.
Shout out to I Love UK, our people out in London.
Cheerio.
Cheerio, cheerio, cheerio. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm in the UK. How's everyone doing?
Fucking awesome.
Yeah?
Oh, I'm amazing. Chiefs won the Super Bowl. So
Oh, yeah. We catching up with
good.
the old shit. Okay.
Yeah, you see, well, I mean, we missed last week, you know. I was gone.
Getting them big checks, yo. Sure, he was on vacation, nigga, early. Saying, you got the memo?
I didn't get no memo.
I was at the port with my bags, nigga. She like, ticket for one, nigga.
that's how I go sometimes. The vacations is
They
extravagant.
might be talking to groupies, boy.
Mike,
Sending flights.
all these accusations, I have no idea what you guys are speaking on.
Might be talking groupies, just bring me snappers.
They bring you what?
Snappers.
Oh, my goodness.
That's it.
But those are expensive, though.
No, just the hush puppies.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not the whole meal?
What's your Ivy Talk groupies bringing you, Jay?
You got how to talk movies?
Yeah. you
See?
What y'all talks groupies bring you? Buddha that great?
Oh, okay. Care packages,
Backwoods.
baby. They.
Backwards?
Oh yeah, you already know.
Well, Claudia doesn't have any groupies yet, but you're going to build some.
Oh, she
Soon.
will.
So,
I don't got no movies yet.
You gotta be. You gotta. Don't worry. This time your tag gonna be in bold print so that they know.
Right, please. Like,
Yeah. Groupies hit up Jay Nice at Star.
Go to that shit that Eddie Murphy on Raw. Go to the Bahamas.
Yeah, that's it. For real. You gotta. You should be in bold print, middle of the screen. Don't worry about it. You good.
So anyway, so we missed last week because apparently I was gone on an extravagant vacation, which
Hey.
it was kind of extravagant. I went on a little cruise with my family. It was nice little time away, but I did miss you guys.
Jay still
Let
typing.
me know.
I get a
It's
little,
all right.
I get a
Tough
little
love in the
emotional,
building.
and I know.
Miss a
you
week.
know.
You gotta catch up. It's good. It's
All
good.
right, so we can catch. So let's start with the Super Bowl since you brought it up. How was the Super Bowl? I only caught some of the
Fantastic.
I got the food.
Chiefs won. That's all I,
I think
was worried about.
Shakira looked the best.
Oh, Shakira and J-Lo, they killed it.
Real quick though with that ain't disrespect though to do a Cardi B song with no Cardi B.
I think it was a little crazy,
That was
but I feel
wild.
like they wanted
had
to
a
give
permission.
Bad Bunny and J Balvin their little shine, and those are their two most popular. Well, J Balvin, that song he did is not his one of his most popular songs, which was weird.
Music, but
Like
Yeah.
Bad Bunny,
Not
that
the latest one.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was one of his latest, but not one of his most popular. As opposed to that, I Like It Like That verse that Bad Bunny did is probably his most popular, besides the track he got with Drake. But it's not his most recent. It's just his most
Cardi B
popular.
out real quick.
Well, I mean,
She made
More
it.
money.
well,
Yeah, I feel
She
you.
did.
But also
They
probably
liked the last year for
it was
the
probably
I definitely
clearances
wanna
though.
touch on that. We were both there. We got to touch on
It was probably clearances. What they had to, they probably only get cleared by the label to perform certain tracks.
Well, I mean, Cardi B's on the tight security. I mean,
She ain't have the complexion for the protection.
what? That could be it too. You're starting already with the racial shit.
Never
We're starting early tonight.
No, but Cardi B was in Miami for the.
Yeah, no. I'm just
You went to
Let's
the.
touch on that.
Oh yeah. Well,
Y'all both went,
we
right?
Both were
Yeah,
there.
I was there too.
Yeah,
How was
yeah,
it?
we were there.
Leaving us out,
All
boy.
right.
I know. It's alright.
All right, so to the listeners, we're referring to the Utopia event. It was a concert in which Cardi B headlined the second night. Yes, I did see. I was backstage. I saw when she went on shortly after Migos. Cardi B has her own credentials, guys. Like, she had her own credentials. Even if you were back there and you were fully cleared, she had her own credentials. I was like, all right, Cardi B did make it.
She made it.
She's doing her thing,
Yeah,
man. I'm
she's
telling
number
you.
number
Like,
one
security
female in
was
hip hop.
crazy.
I mean, hands down.
Like she crossover, like she's legit pop with still hip hop like credibility, which is amazing.
I didn't
She's
think.
Little Kim, nigga.
I thought her breaking into
Correct.
the Spanish community would be the hardest.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
How much y'all think she got for that Utopia in Jamaica?
Bread.
No,
Right.
she gets 6 figures easy. So she
It got to be over
$100K
100K easy.
$250,000 Super Bowl weekend. She took $250,000.
You think a quarter mil?
Yeah. How much did that shit?
Because
take?
it didn't look. It looked like there was people out there, but not
They-
people out
they
there
took
like
a loss.
that.
It wasn't
I
a
mean,
good. It was all right.
4,000. You say 4,000?
People, but
Huh?
You say at 4,000?
Keep
could
going.
More?
more
10,000?
more.
Nah, that shit was ram.
Definitely
then.
not no
That was good.
10,000.
It wasn't real.
No, okay.
Well,
was
what
it
I'm
not
asking-
ram because of the size of the venue?
No.
Sometimes that can get
It
the
was
illusion.
outdoors.
No,
It was
but
outdoors.
That's what I'm saying.
The venue had hella space to fit.
But that's what I'm saying. It could be because the venue's so big, it looks like it's not ram.
But how much?
I feel like
How much people the Hard Rock holds?
Well, the old Hard Rock Live used to be
Sorry,
5,000.
gorgeous.
5,000. So you saying it's? Are you saying it was more than capacity? Or more than Hard Rock's capacity?
Claudia, we're helping here. You were there.
Oh, she was there too. All right, wait. Everybody went but us.
No.
Oh, you were at
Claudia
Utopia
knows
too?
The
No,
Hard
no,
Rock
no.
Live
Yeah.
just as well as I do. But no, I mean,
the Hard Rock Live holds at least
5,000.
5,000.
5,000.
You're talking about that. Yeah.
So you're saying
Do I
you're
think-
saying it was more than you feel like it was more than 5,000 people out there?
no.
Oh, okay.
No, definitely. I mean, but also it's kind of hard to say because everything was very spread
No, so
out.
they took a loss, fam.
Everything was very spread
Oh,
out.
like yeah.
Yeah, like everything.
especially like the first night.
Couple promoters
first
went
night-
missing that night.
The first night it rained. Like I told you already, it was trash. The first night it rained. It was just the headliners didn't show up. Chris Brown was supposed to show up. He didn't show up. Who else was supposed to be? Ty Dolla $ign was supposed to be there. He wasn't there. Who else?
The thing they
First
know
night.
though, they know what they up against. When you're at an all-star kind of weekend lineup, it's hard to compete for them dollars.
Yeah,
You're
it's
not
true.
gonna win on them kind of events.
I feel
Right.
like I feel like it could have probably used like another 2-3 months promotion. This is
Of
we
course.
talking about
Yeah, that
a
shit
crazy event like that. It just popped up for like a month and a half.
They need a
But-
butter behind.
But I heard about it days before. Like,
Right.
so
Yeah.
that's where you know the. Usually, I'm talking about even you go to these Juve and all that. You'll see it
Right.
on like Instagram. You'll
Right.
see it
At least
online
3-4
way
months.
before. Yeah. This was like a couple days before. All of a sudden, it was like Utopia. I saw one ad.
Right.
If y'all didn't mention it prior to like
Right.
a couple sessions ago, I remember y'all talking about that was going to be the event of
Right.
of Super Bowl. If y'all didn't mention it, I
Super
would have never
Bowl is
known.
the event of Super Bowl.
I mean, well,
No,
Right.
but like
Yeah, but all
you
of
know,
them-
there's stuff going on all Super Bowl weekend.
yeah.
That was supposed to be popping. It wasn't at
Yeah,
all.
but ain't nobody want to go to no concert during Super Bowl weekend. You're going to the clubs, and then you're
Yeah.
gonna vibe out during the day, and then, especially the out of towners coming for everywhere it's cold. You chilling at the beach.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
see the daytime shit. You ain't gonna be in fucking.
But that
Yeah.
weather,
Concert.
that rain
I mean-
probably messed it up a lot.
No, the rain messed it up a lot. Huh?
ruined it that first night for sure.
Yeah, no, the first night was trash. It was like all around, it was just a mess. But I think everything was so spread out. Like, there was like a main field where the stage was. So then they had the VIP area like over here in the tug. Then they had like other people, then they had like rides. So it was fairgrounds basically. And I don't think they promoted it well enough. Like, so I agree with you guys on that because I didn't hear about it. I heard about it because one of my boys was working, his girl worked with the company. So that's how I found out about it months ago. But I never even heard a commercial on the radio for it or anything.
Yeah, I didn't know.
So I'm looking over here, and it says that Cardi B, right? So it says the 26-year-old is accused of throwing bottles and chairs at 2 bartenders at Angel Strip Club in Flushing back in August.
Yeah, that's old.
So me that I work in the industry, I think that is very disrespectful that they're saying that she's with protection, right? Why would she have protection if 2 bartenders, I mean, what are they going to do?
Yeah. Well, she was doing that because one of them was smashing Offset. So she showed up to the club to find the girl. Because apparently she tracked the girl down because
Where was that?
And,
the bartender,
Scarlett's-
she
New
ran
York?
up on one of the bartenders and then she threw a chair.
No, in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, New York.
Yeah.
Starlets is New York.
There's
She-
New York Scarlett?
No, Starlets.
Starlets.
Starlets is in New York, but she apparently went through Offset Phone or whatever it was, found the chick, and then found out she was a bartender at one of the strip clubs. Ran up on her, and I guess there's usually two bartenders behind the bar, so I guess they both was kind of going back and forth arguing, and then Cardi just went full Bronx on her
I think she used
ass.
to work there, no?
Yeah, well,
Huh?
I think
I don't
she used to
know.
work there. I mean, one of
guess.
those spots.
There, you know.
I mean, all right. You touched on something that I want to get into, the whole going through people's phones. But we'll get to that later. But back to the event. It was dope when Cardi B came on stage. She had cops. She had cops lining, surrounding the stage in the front. She had security. It was nuts. Like the amount of security she had. A quarter mil? I don't know. I don't know if she got a quarter mil. But she
I'm
did
pretty
try
sure
to-
they gotta be over 100K though.
She got a great. She put on a great.
Dog,
performance,
she
but
got
you can't compare
hits.
that to Coachella though.
But you gotta
No,
understand, they
that's her
sold the
rate.
majority of those tickets just for her name.
That's her rate.
I'm pretty sure.
She getting the bag.
Yeah,
Maybe she did.
and that's considered probably a festival. But the thing
Getting
is,
the bag, man.
one thing hip hop needs to learn is how to throw a proper festival. Like
No, they
EDM,
do.
I'm talking about all these EDM.
Rolling Loud, they do.
No, but
got that.
Rolling Loud is such a rarity.
Nah,
But South by
Southwest
Southwest is
count.
every
It's not
genre
hip-hop.
of music.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like
Rolling
Rolling
Loud
Loud is such a
official.
rarity compared to like
They got the right
EDC and
They got
the
a lot.
way that what I'm saying, like what is it, Life in Color, Ultra, all
Ultra's
these
great.
all
Ultra's
these
great.
like Electric Forest, all of these are like they're insanely successful.
I don't know how that EDM shit flies, bro. Like,
What do you mean?
for you to throw fucking paint on me in a field, the humidity, where motherfuckers
You gotta be
face
feeling
off-
it.
where
You gotta be
motherfuckers-
feeling it.
where
You
motherfuckers
don't feel that, you
DJing,
don't
but it's a lot of
you just playing beats.
no, but you
Like,
gotta
throwing paint on me.
understand
You
it
gotta
goes
feel the
on.
beat.
Everybody
What do you
just
mean?
dancing
goes-
around me,
it goes
smelling
along-
like fucking goat and armpits. Like, get no.
No, but
you went to a wrong party.
it goes along with the
It's
drugs
the right
involved.
Juve. No, get that shit
Yeah.
away from me.
It's
You're not on the right. You're not on the right drugs for
Yeah,
it.
you-
That's like if it's hip hop. Hip hop goes along with being able to smoke a blunt and chill, and then you can vibe in that vibe.
Right.
You're not smoking a blunt at EDC Ultra.
Same thing.
You're on some serious drugs,
Right.
and then that will definitely affect the way you feel that music.
Where
I'm
water
telling you.
feels amazing.
Yeah. Where
So, yeah, I think
Plus,
it's
what
what
do you-
you're not, you're not worried about that.
She's
That's
like,
what you
Ultra is
done.
coming up.
No, but I'm saying when you on those drugs, you're not worried about no smells. You feeling everything. It's all about the feel. You're not
Speaking of
worried.
smells, though,
They be right by the porta potty.
I
Wilding
gotta say
out.
this shit today because I was in the gym, getting my gains on, health
right.
as well.
Help as well.
And I see everybody always filming their workouts and all that shit, and that's cool. But you niggas and females need to be real considerate filming your workouts. The workout makes the camera, and your smell don't, but you motherfuckers stink. Like, like straight up, son, if them cameras have smell vision, ain't nobody gonna like your post. Like, my bad, B. Like, I was trying to go hit the shit, and that shit just hit me with the sense of me. I was like, oh, shit. Like, I fucked my set, dog. Let me go hit the treadmill.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't.
Yeah, my bad.
I couldn't. But go ahead.
Nah, but that,
Let me
yeah,
get that
but
out there. You
Nah,
know what
but-
I'm talking about, though.
So wait a minute. You're talking about people that record.
Segway.
Wait. Shut up. So wait.
segue. Yo, that, I'm
Whatever.
telling you that.
No, so wait a minute. So you're talking about people that record their entire workout, or they're doing
Like, when they
certain
recording the
exercise?
workout, they're so focused on doing it for the camera or
For
the
the
gram.
gram.
They ain't catching they odor, fam. Like, the box be smelling, son. The pits be smelling. The neck backs be smelling. And it's just too much.
I agree. I mean,
Too much.
I mean, most of them, if you're a trainer and you do it,
I ain't no trainer. It's a bunch of amateurs there. But that smell was professional. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Yeah,
Nah,
anyway.
it's serious. I just laugh at people that record everything they do. Period. There's not too many people that live a moment no more.
Nah.
There-
Especially in the club,
that's the
son.
conversation right
There's
there.
nothing I hate more than trying to enjoy something and then being with somebody that's constantly like, yo.
Meanwhile, all of us look at our cameras.
Let's take this.
We're all looking at the cameras.
Let's take this. You're like, yo, let's take this picture. Let's do this. I'm like, yo, I hate I'm all for like capturing the moment, but how
I
many
hate
people?
that shit with chicks, bro.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
bitches
worse.
Can't even eat their food, just want to film everything. Like, get that
Well,
shit out of here.
Yeah.
It's
like
true.
all of my fucking grits and my eggs and just all up on my rice.
We get it.
Like, yo,
We get it. You eat 3 times a day.
And
That's cool.
side note too, ladies, stop going out and filming sushi. Like sushi is an incredible expensive meal.
It's
Oh my
accessible
God.
everywhere now.
You can
No,
get sushi
no, they
from-
acting like it's
no, but
extravagant.
People be treating sushi like it's like fucking 5-star Michelin award food. Like cut the shit out, nigga.
I mean,
sushi come in 3 flavors, dog. You got the salmon.
No,
You
I hate the niggas with basic rolls and
Right
shit.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying, son?
If you photographing to this day, yo, if you photographing a Cali roll or a spicy tuna,
Yeah,
Stop.
Listen, I used to be a sushi chef, and there's a lot of art and stuff.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I respect it. I respect it if it's an extravagant roll. I hate a nigga got a basic ass JB roll and they over here.
Don't come with
3
the,
different
don't
angles.
come with the eel sauce and the pink yama yama
That's
sauce.
it.
dog.
It's
Cut
facts.
it out,
Dragon
man.
roll are better, man. Like anything under that is
Yeah, dog. And that shit ain't lobster, son.
Every
It
black
ain't got the tail and the temple. Yeah, be like
every black dude I know with this shrimp tempura roll,
Not even
fam, there's so much more, fam. There's so many more rolls.
Sushi
I'm
boat.
hungry.
If you didn't come with the sushi boat, just yeah.
Oh damn! All right.
I might get the lobster drink tomorrow.
He said dragon roll. I was there like.
And real talk, no more pictures of miso soup, man. No.
No.
Stop with them $3, $5 soups.
Facts.
All up on the gram like you.
We get it.
Sushi boats are better.
Yeah.
Alright,
Agree?
alright.
How we feeling about Benny Hanna's now, though?
Come
Benny
on.
Hanna's
Oh my
overrated.
God.
They ain't got no flavor. They ain't got no flavor.
Overpriced. Overpriced.
They ain't got no flavor.
Man.
Benny Hanna don't know what salt or pepper is. I'm like,
They
yeah,
don't
y'all
got
know
no
what-
fucking seasoning. Like,
No
when I went
seasoning.
to
My
Vegas-
nigga, like, I'm not trying to come sit with my boot thing, nigga, with like
With
4 or
a-
6
with-
other
with
strangers.
5,
Bitch,
6
like,
of them.
God,
Yeah,
nigga,
exactly.
with a
It ain't
kid
even
in the back.
It ain't even Asian niggas cooking no more. It's always the same Spanish dude.
Yeah,
Same Spanish
that's what it
dude.
is,
They think
nigga.
mad
That
noise to
nigga,
me.
he
Like,
came from the
That
kitchen
real
to the
shit, nigga. I
front.
don't want no nigga playing with my food, nigga.
Facts.
Like, nah,
I mean,
bitch.
to me, it wasn't that fancy. I was like,
It's
yo,
not.
just making mad noise with mad rice. Ding, 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 ding.
That's
mad
racist.
rice, flipping it. I mean, no, I'm talking about when they're...
Oh. I was about to say, he just said the Mexican. You want to go ting, ting, ting?
No.
Nah, but they,
I'm not gonna
I can't do it no more.
No, I mean, I think Benny Hanna's has been played out. Are chicks still bragging about Benny Hanna? Chicks are still bragging about? I mean, chicks is... They're
Chicks
bragging
back
about
about
the fact-
anything when they don't come out of pocket. And that's the problem, because right there they coming out of pocket.
I feel like if you, I feel like if you gonna take a picture of your food, take a picture of the bill, B. I want to see if the price was worth all the photographs.
Hold up, chill. Paying for the bill.
Facts.
Take a picture of the
That's
bill.
it. That's what I'm saying.
Taking a picture of the bill.
No, time out.
Don't take a picture when you go to the bathroom when the bill get dropped off.
No, B.
That
Nah.
sounds like
Okay.
club talk. That sounds like club talk.
Don't take a picture of the bill. Take a picture of the bill with the tip, nigga.
Facts.
Let's see where you at.
Facts.
That's too.
Where your gratuity game at?
Yes.
All right.
I like that.
I had this discussion. We had this discussion for years. Do minorities still not know 20% is a thing?
Okay.
No.
Nah.
Like, do they?
I think my
do they not?
I think they
start
add
on
stupid.
Canadian tip.
Yeah,
No,
facts.
nowhere
No,
10%.
no.
Or the European
Canadians
thing
are just
too.
cheap.
In Europe, they don't tip.
Yeah, they don't tip at all.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about when I was in
But-
London, like the craziest thing, I would give someone £1 and they're like, oh my God, thank you. I'm like, fam, like that's like $1.
niggas ain't been to
like,
Paris since Jay-Z and
Alright,
Kanye.
so real quick,
And those are the only two to
All
go.
right. So real quick question, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask everybody. The bill is $60.
Yeah.
What do you tip?
$12 minimum.
20%. Yeah, 12.
12 minimum.
Now, if you get really
Minimum.
good service,
Minimum.
if
More
you
than
get really good
$12.
service, 15.
$15.
Yeah.
But you looking at
Round it
the
off.
bill
The
60
minimum.
bill 60
Basic.
bucks.
Yeah.
Bill it's supposed to be 20% off rip. That's
Off
just
rip.
so
And
if,
18% is there just to see how you gauge yourself.
yeah, see where you
And
at.
15% is just to let you know you're a piece of shit.
Yeah,
so,
basically.
so you go to the middle.
That 18
Thanks for nothing.
that
Yeah.
18% is just that guard so that they can
Yeah.
put the 20 on there and you just not like but that kills me where motherfuckers still act like they don't know 20% of the thing. I mean, I'm out places. I even
Wait, are you talking about the math?
I
of it,
always-
or-
no, like
Yeah.
the actual 10% is
Yeah,
like
no, that's already added. Like, something you can.
like you like $5 is a like where did minorities get this $5 as a thing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
realistically,
$5 on 100. It'd be $100, and they like, yo, I'm gonna get this nigga
$5 on 100. I'll give you back your $5.
Nah,
See,
here's my thing
you're
though.
talking about a tip though, right?
Here's my thing though.
Like
I don't tip on the
No, it isn't.
The tip is when they work.
It isn't extra because they don't get paid no money.
They bullshit. They get like 4 hours.
Their hourly wage is to compensate for the fact that because they get paid in cash, they pay taxes. Your hourly wage is really only to cover your taxes because the government has to give you a certain amount to play with. Because if you got paid all cash, you would never pay you would never pay taxes. So their hourly wage ain't shit. It's like $5, $6 an hour. It ain't nothing. So
what about when the guy gives the bill to the girl?
Oh no!
Oh no!
There's nothing more. There's nothing worse than a group of women, period, eating together. That's it.
Separate checks.
Yo, the worst. Because
crazy.
you never leave a tip to a woman because a guy is not emotional. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He could go, you could fuck up on his food as long as his drink is refilled all the time. He's straight.
Ain't nothing to turn off though when you're eating out with a woman and she gotta complain and nitpick about everything.
Of course.
But no disrespect though, because it could go on so many levels.
It's
Shorty,
true.
like, don't come in and complain when you know we in a Denny's kind of establishment. Think the hell out of shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, but they do have females that be just tripping. Like, it don't matter how
anything. Man. Like, oh, it's too cold, need more salt, need a fry, can't eat this, I don't want that, this ain't what I asked. Like, yo, bitch, just stay home and cook, my man.
That's embarrassing.
On another note, nothing upsets me when your homeboy act like
What
that.
I know.
Like you out with another one of your homeboys.
I know a dude like that.
And they wild out. That shit is worse. I'd be like, yo.
Like that, son.
And they over there. I remember I was out eating with my homeboy the other day, and then the person went to go drop. Oh, they brought the water back. You know, refilling the water. But you know how they got the pitcher.
Yeah.
So the pitcher ain't had no ice in it. So it was just cold water. But you know the ice done melted because the pitcher chilling there. So then the nigga was like filled up the water, and they had no ice in it. He was like, oh, that's coming out of their tip. And I was like, nigga, what?
My dude is like that. My dude is like,
Wow.
my dude got the wings, and then the wings came. And
The wings.
He's like, no, he needs to see steam coming off the wings.
Wow.
Like,
Damn.
I kid you not.
Yo, that's wild.
Like, yo, take this back. Like, I need steam to be coming off.
Man,
Nah,
where at, fam? Where?
Nah, but when you get the wings and the steam coming off, ain't nothing like it, though.
Nah, I mean,
Ain't nothing
fam.
Ain't nothing like that.
Like real shit, there's two foods that we can eat cold no matter what. Pizza and wings.
Absolutely.
Nah, cold chicken is crazy, bro.
Cold chicken is the shit. I can't believe, yo, if you motherfuckers steal this idea, I'm gonna be the first nigga to open up a cold fried chicken wing shop, nigga.
Yo, nah, my brother would do that.
Nigga, that's what I'm saying. That's the best shit, dog.
Nah.
I ain't got no time for no toaster oven.
I got two rules, bro. Every meal I eat gotta be hot, and every drink I drink gotta be cold.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Coffee?
Nah, I drink iced coffee strictly. Nah, not no hot chocolate, not no hot tea.
That nigga, hot meals, 3 cold drinks.
And he's like, yo, it needs
Hot
to be.
meals and cold drinks, baby.
What?
All right, so we had this discussion the other day. I want to know y'all opinion on it. All right,
Exactly.
I go to Dunkin' Donuts for my iced coffee. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dunkin'.
Shout out to Dunkin'
Shout out to
over
Dunkin' Donuts.
Starbucks.
Dunkin' over Starbucks, but Starbucks iced coffee hitting too.
Starbucks got good flavor. But
Yeah.
I say Dunkin' over Starbucks.
Dunkin' coffee better. So
Starbucks service is better.
all right, so here's my order. Here's my order: large dark roast iced coffee, simple.
Yeah, I can't get that.
All right,
I'm gonna tell you mine after.
3 creams, 2 pumps of caramel, 1 pump of liquid sugar. That's it.
I go.
Is that a bougie order?
Nah. I go.
Okay.
I ain't know that ain't liquid sugar.
Nah, I go large.
Well, because
And he counting the pumps and shit.
Nah,
You know
no,
what I mean?
because
That's a bougie order, right?
Man, it's kind of bad.
that's not bougie. Because somebody say
I
3
feel
creams, 2. If somebody say 3 creams, 2 sugars, that's not bougie.
feel
All I
good.
asked for was caramel.
Yeah,
What kind of come let you at Dunkin' Donuts,
I
nigga?
see
They look
it.
at
I
me
see
like
it.
I'm foreign.
All right.
Iced coffee, dark roast.
Text.
With a pump of the caramel.
Come on, son.
Yeah,
Look,
you see, that's not what.
Y'all should have stopped at the first 3 fingers. Large iced coffee.
Dark roast. Okay.
Dark roast.
The reason that I do that is because the difference is that I'll give Dunkin' in Starbucks. Starbucks, if I order it and I just go caramel iced coffee, they go cream and sugar. Right. And I go, yeah, it's always the same, always tastes the same, right. It's always bomb. Somehow, depending on which Dunkin' Donuts you go to, it's a nigga's discretion whether it's 50 sugars, 2. He'll put 30 creams, 1 cream. If they say cream and sugar and you say yes, apparently it's to this nigga's discretion. There's no number. There's no recipe.
It ain't the nigga's discretion.
A lot of sugar.
It's the Indian supervision in the Dunkin' Donuts.
That's the problem.
The franchisees, brother.
But that's the that's why
Starbucks is corporate.
I hate milky ass coffee. Like
because the reason that I order it like that is because I've tried it every way. I used to just go, listen, caramel iced coffee, cream and sugar, and then I was like, yo, can you put that's it, caramel iced coffee, cream and sugar. Then they used to make the shit would taste crazy. I used to have to taste it. If it tastes crazy, I'm just like, yo, can you add more coffee, add more sugar? Can you do?
And then now you becoming that guy.
Nah. So what happened was this dude. I went down the street, got one, and this dude made one, and the shit was bomb.
Right.
It was perfect. So I go, yo, how'd you make it? And he was like, yo, I put 3 creams, 2 pumps of caramel, 1 pump of liquid sugar. He goes, tell them that every time, and your shit will come out the same way every time. So I was like, that ain't a bougie order. That's just I had to hit him with the recipe.
So you see, look, it's no longer bougie because now he had to go find the formula.
Facts.
So that's different.
Yeah.
Different.
It gets to the point to where like I can look at the coffee coming to me and
know.
I know. It's too light.
Yeah. You already know because they get beast with the cream. It'd be like it's almost like a milk. They gave you like a milk, and then they had the coffee in the dropper and shit. I'm like, yo, that's what y'all make here.
Exactly. So I be telling them a little bit of cream, a lot of sugar, please.
That's it.
Anyways, y'all bougie as hell over here. Like
I don't feel that's bougie. If I go there and I'm like, listen, 3 pieces of ice. Can you crush? Can you crush 2 sugars in your hand and put them on top? Don't stir. Then, if that was some crazy shit like that, then I understand. I'm giving them the.
This is nothing compared. Like, have you ever really heard somebody put their order in at Starbucks?
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
I don't go to them shits, dog. Starbucks is too personal when they start asking your name and shit. Like, yo, what the fuck, dog? I'm looking around, nigga. Like, I got warrants. Like,
well, Starbucks
information. That was
Starbucks. But that was actually Starbucks' marketing.
That's not marketing. That's evasive. Look, motherfucker, no, even going to the supermarket is too invasive for me. Like, why the fuck are you on when I'm putting inside my shopping cart, motherfucker? Like, give me some. Shopping cart should come with a fucking blanket, nigga. Let me just grab my shit, go about my shit, you know?
But you know who's doing away with that now?
Who?
Walmart.
What? Because they bring it to your fucking...
Yeah, that Walmart, you could just order... They put the whole shit together. As long as you pay for it ahead of time, you pull up in your car, and the motherfucker just load it in your car and you pull off.
Being Spanish and Caribbean, brother, you can't have anybody pick your mangoes and your avocados and your cantaloupe and your cassava, dog. Like, no, that's true. You feel me? Unless they got someone grandmama in the produce section, that's the only way I'm rocking with it. You can't have no Steve,
when you get these
Albert just coming. Yeah, no, brother. No.
You picked up any banana.
Any banana.
It's true though.
Any plantain.
No, I feel you, but I'm saying they trying to do away with it to where I hate being in the supermarket. I hate shopping in the supermarket. I hate being there.
That's the lines you hate in the supermarket.
No, I hate the experience of walking around the supermarket. What is this? What's that? I give you my list. You want to go in there and go pick it up? By all means. I hate the market. That's what they're looking for because I hate the strolling around in the cart. Hey, where's the Where's the bread? Where do you guys have this? Where's this thing?
But that's why you just stroll.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's why they gave you the shit with wheels. They ain't making you fucking walk the shit. You just hold your ass on and just
Nah. I'm a simple man. I'm a hand cart nigga. I'm not out here pushing. Push cart got too much shit in it. I'm a hand cart. If I'm in there, I'm in and out.
Yeah, I know.
All our Ivy Talk listeners, take the Walmart challenge. Walk in that shit and leave with one item. I dare you.
Oh yeah,
I dare you.
That's hard.
Nah, that's hard. That's definitely
But
hard.
walk in there. Don't just walk to the self-checkout, motherfucker. Walk in there, take 20 paces in, and let me see you leave with one thing.
All right,
That'd be amazing.
favorite supermarket.
Wagons.
What?
Wagons?
Where's that at?
It's like in the DMV area. That's just like lit. That's just like Costco meets fucking Whole Foods meets Lucky's. No, or Ali's. Ali's is dope for the pricing and shit.
All right.
Shout out to the DMV area.
Shout out to the DMV.
That shit
Thanks. I never heard of that.
Never heard of that. But anyway, we just been talking shit this whole time.
He said Pathmark.
Outside of our supermarket preferences and all that, let's get to the shits.
All right.
Who saw the Oscars?
No one.
Bits and pieces of it.
It better be no one here.
Jay got quiet, man.
We can't see the Oscars, right?
That's it. We're not allowed to watch the Oscars.
Oh, we're not allowed to watch the Oscars, why not?
Oscars so white, baby.
Oh, well,
But how many times are they gonna keep running with that? I listeners out there, I went and did some research this week.
Okay.
And
Here we go.
With the black community,
What did we
we
learn
took
about
in a
the
total of
Oscars?
about 40 to 41 Oscars in the history of the Oscars.
And we just did some research, and it was about over 3,000.
I didn't get to that part of the research though. So I was getting knocked like, yo, we got 40 Oscars.
40 sounds like a lot.
It sounds like a lot. And then
I mean, also we have to consider what the
that's where you guys
Oscars.
are supposed to drop the numbers.
Oh, okay,
Differences.
yeah,
So
okay.
it's 40 Oscars compared to the number of
Over 3,000, right? We need to get the exact.
Yeah. 3,096.
3,096.
we're giving out.
3,100.
So
That's roughly 10%. Rough, a little
nah,
over.
fuck, that ain't. No.
No.
Oh, we're close to it.
Roughly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So but I think also we got to think about the fact that there's not as many like A-list black actors.
That's actually 1%.
Is one?
Yeah.
My shit was that fucked up. Hey, you're right. You got me. No, but I'm just saying, thanks for checking my math. But
We finally made it to the 1% category, y'all.
no, but I'm just saying with when you consider how many A-list black actors there are in comparison to how many A-list white actors there are, that's another thing to consider. But I mean, that is the conversation.
But also, A-list.
What's considered A-list?
If you consider A-list actors, period, and you ask people who their top actors are, how many people have black actors in their top?
I like this. New game.
Yeah.
A-list actors. Michael B. Jordan.
No, he ain't A-list.
A or B?
B-list. I think he'd be.
I think B.
All right, because if he only in the movie to either cry or have his shirt off, he ain't no A-list.
He's a strong B.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
if you were to say
He's
Denzel
moving
is
his way
A-list,
up.
No, but we
Denzel
know
is
that, but that's why I'm trying to throw some new
Michael,
blood in there.
all right, Michael B. Jordan. I say
Give him a B?
I say he B plus. He B
He's a
plus.
strong B
Just
plus.
A or B, fellas.
B?
Ladies.
Strong B. He's a strong
All right,
B.
strong B.
Okay. Name someone else.
Black?
Yeah. Damn.
Or Spreaker.
Black. That's new.
Change
All right,
the
the dude. No. Mahershala Ali, the dude that won.
Regina King.
He
C.
won. No, Regina King is not
Nigga
new.
from Moonlight.
Moonlight, that dude,
Gotham Daisy Part 2. C.
he was dope. He's dope.
He was dope in Luke Cage.
He was dope in Moonlight.
Luke Cage.
It was, yeah.
Oh, the future looking brother?
No.
The Luke Cage season 1.
Yeah.
His
The
enemy,
first
the
bad
guy
guy.
who- The first bad guy.
Dollar
Dark
signer.
skin dude?
Yeah.
Dude that look like Future, he could be really in the future?
I can see.
He looked like Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, he does look
Okay,
like that. Look like Future.
He looked like Wesley Snipes. He's supposed to be playing Blade. He's supposed to play the new Blade.
Man, they gotta go get Sticky Fingers and go back and play Blade.
Him, he.
Oh, y'all gonna do
Alright,
my
but-
man Kirk Jones like that?
Nah, what was that?
The dude,
Honest.
the dude from what's his name? King and
King and I.
no, the what's
King and Queen,
what's
Queen
Queen and Slim.
Yeah.
Slim.
Guy
Queen
look
and
like
Slim?
Pusha T.
The guy that looked that Slim.
Yeah.
He's a good ass actor. He's good.
Yeah,
From Get Out.
Yeah,
he's
the dude
good.
from Get Out, he's good.
Yeah, he's decent.
But,
The
but
dude-
he's still
But he's not.
baby
He's
steps.
not A yet.
Yeah,
I
the
think
two
he's
other
C.
the C list. You think
See,
their
because
names ain't even out there.
He's
The
dealing
two-
with black movies, black directors.
think-
You
I
gotta
think
show
The
them
two
that-
dudes from
That's
Atlanta.
part of it.
The two dudes from Atlanta.
Oh,
The two dudes that's not
Darius.
Donald Glover. Darius,
Atlanta, yeah.
Darius and the fat
Oh,
dude.
homeboy,
He's
They
not-
both
he's
good.
not- He's not A though. They not A.
They're not
There
good.
ain't no A-list
We
new
got-
black
we got a bunch of
actors.
that. We still in the
All right,
business.
fine. Let's get into
We
our
still-
A-list.
Ain't none of them
might be
bigger than.
C's, and
Yeah, they
yeah,
see
they
it.
C's,
But
man.
that's why
You
I'm
said
asking.
C's.
New
So it's
black
like Kevin
Okay,
Hart.
here we
A-list.
go.
Kevin Hart count?
Nah, B. As an actor,
Yeah.
as
B.
range, nah, one
Yeah,
dimensional.
nah.
One, yeah.
Idris Elba, hey.
Hey, Idris Elba's
A-list.
A-list.
Hey. What about all the light skin, the dude with the light eyes?
Michael Ealy?
Nah,
Really, yeah.
nah,
Nah, he's not an A-list.
Fuck that. nigga.
What movie, dog? Never Die Alone?
Yo, I hate that movie.
Which one of the movies he was in?
No, but also I hate him on a personal level. I just hate the
Okay,
nigga.
what's
He been in bad shit.
What's the other movie with T? Hold on. What's the other movie with T.I. and Chris Brown, dog? That's the other movie he was in, right?
When they was robbing the bank. They was
Oh,
doing the
Paul Walker.
Yeah.
Nah, he was in mad shit. He was just in the movie where he was under the bed. With the,
Where he needs to stay.
He was under the bed.
He need to stay there,
Talking
man.
to Shorty or some shit like
What
that.
kind of crazy shit is that?
Nah, he's done.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
A-list black actor. One. Name one.
And
Name-
A-list
trying to
black.
think.
We got
Nah,
that.
new.
We got Morgan.
No, new
No,
A-list
man.
black. That's what I'm
So
saying.
you
That's
said-
why.
Alright, so now are you saying nobody really deserves the Oscar like that?
What I'm saying is nobody getting a role to where there hasn't been a black dude since Will Smith that was captivating people to be an A-list black actor.
True.
Nah, man,
What
Jamie
about
Foxx.
Foxx?
Nah, Jamie Foxx old. Ain't Jamie Foxx older than Will Smith?
Yeah, he's
Nah, but Will Smith had the movie career on a higher caliber before Jamie.
Oh yeah.
he did
All right,
good.
Jamie
Yeah,
Foxx.
and-
Jamie Foxx is
But he's still
insanely
in
good.
that time frame where
Yes,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying.
I feel there's more.
Since then, who?
I feel there's more A-list black female actresses than there are black male
Alright, so
actors.
black female actresses. Let's go.
Lupita Nyong'o, the one from Us.
A?
From what?
From Us?
Hey.
Yeah, she was
She's doing her
in. She's
thing.
in Black
She's been doing
Panther.
her
Yeah, she's doing her
She was
thing.
the star
Okay,
lady.
time out. Look, fam.
She won an Oscar
I ain't
already.
gonna
Okay,
front.
that don't mean shit. That don't mean you're good.
Hold on, I ain't gonna front.
You know what I mean? I could put a ribbon on a pig and say this fucking.
Her image from Us stays in my head for a long
Facts.
time. I don't like that shit.
Yo, from
Oh,
Us,
yeah.
she acted
She
the hell out of
did a
that
good
role.
She did a great job in the
She played those two people where you was like, damn, all right, she played
She
both.
did.
of
Yeah,
them.
yeah, she
She
definitely did.
So let's get
You
into
need more than that, though.
let's get into the
So that's
actual-
one person.
So do you feel like that's the problem? Do you feel like that's the
I feel
reason?
like that plays a part.
Do you feel like that's the
I brought it
reason?
up. I brought it up because I think it plays a part.
The fact that there is a lack of A-list black actors just through their performances, do you feel like is that the reason they not being nominated?
Now, I mean, it goes deeper than that because I just feel like maybe they're not getting casted enough.
That's the
for
kind of
certain-
movies,
you
too.
know, the kind of movies that they pick. The Academy obviously has their preference for certain people. I mean, there's a lot of different reasons, but
Shout out to Nick Cannon back in the day where he kept saying, they need to cut all them slave movies out and stop filming them kind of movies and them kind of roles.
aren't they still doing it?
That's what I'm saying. Harriet was nominated. I told you that shit was garbage.
I didn't even see it. Honestly,
You don't need to
I
see
didn't
it.
see it. It was trash.
Y'all missed the train.
All right. Speaking of casting, damn, who was the comedian? I was watching an interview with a comedian where they were talking about roles, like being cast for different roles. Was there a role that you turned down because they were talking about the whole Dave Chappelle where he was talking about niggas that gotta wear dresses to get on in popular media
Yeah,
for
yeah.
as a minority.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
they always want to put a black dude in a dress.
Yeah,
but
Ben
they were.
Raines, Martin Lawrence, all that other
So
shit.
they had the comedian. They
Barry.
asking him, was there ever a role you turned down just because you felt that it was just bad for the culture? You know.
I
so
agree.
so he said,
Viewer.
okay. He said that he turned down a role that a woman, I guess she got hurt. It was a white lady, got hurt. This is the script. She got hurt, ended up being in the hospital, and then there's a dude that's supposed to come in the hospital. I guess he a criminal. Come in the hospital, sneak in there, and kill her. You know what I'm saying? So the dude goes, he was like, why are you casting me in this role? You know? And then the director was like, nah, it's obviously a black guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he was like, yo, what the fuck?
Wow.
He was like, nah. He goes, I don't see that as a black guy because he goes, historically, if you're looking at who will find you when you're down and then hurt you even more, he goes, that's statistically a white thing. That's not a black. He's like, that's not a black person. He's like, that's not even
That's
a black
not the
trait.
MO.
Yeah.
That's not the MO.
Huh?
Who was this again?
Oh, damn, I forgot who. Tommy Davidson or.
Oh,
So-
he was talking with
Yeah, he was talking about a role that he passed up, and then he was like how he didn't even get a part in the movie at all because of the fact that he said
'Cause he
that
wasn't
was
involved.
yeah, he said that was inherently a white trait for them to, because he was like, black people commit crimes, but he's like, they not evil. He's like, you know, there's just certain.
We commit to get by crimes. That's
Yeah, he's
bad.
like, so he was.
We'll rob
We
you.
commit the
We
necessary
might beat you
crimes.
over the head too, but we ain't gonna go rape you in the hospital, man.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, I understand where you're coming from because
No Kill Bill shit here.
historically, when you look at evil, you know what I'm saying. That's a.
And how do you spell evil backwards, my brother? It's time to awaken your spider senses, my king.
So speaking of evil, so did y'all catch? We did discuss. Well,
Man, I just touched up with that, with what
Yeah.
you're saying with the supposed director, Gates, Tommy Davidson. Is that just as bad with what Michael Bloomberg said recently, that they pulled old footage
it reminded me of that too.
of just like, you know, the whole stop and frisk campaign in New York and, you know, saying
Yeah.
that crime is in the inner cities. But I do agree of that kind of crime of what he's saying, like
But he
drug
did.
dealing by crime, but then he sort of went over. I was like, yeah, you lost me after now.
So wait a minute, let's get.
He's like, frisk him, throw him against the wall, make sure they never come out the house with the guns. It's like, shit, whoa.
So wait, so to those who may not know what you're talking about, give a little context. So who was this again? Bloomberg was it?
Yeah, Bloomberg, mayor of New York.
Yeah, where he instituted stop and frisk
Yeah, trying to run for, you know, the
Presidency.
Democratic
nomination.
nomination for president.
And so basically that was in 2015 that the whole
Yeah.
thing allegedly was recorded or whatever. But I think where he specified, we know that they're minorities
Yeah.
between the ages of 15 and whatever he said. I think it
I think
was.
it's 24.
Yeah, like I think when he said that, it was kind of like, yo, like I can Xerox the description and just, you know, send it to all the police. I'm like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's
you know, there goes Chappelle shit with
Them
the
damn
descriptions.
descriptions.
But I mean, that was kind of like, at that point, you're not just specifying a certain region. You're specifying straight up, like, we already know,
Yeah.
you know, it's these niggas out here. Like, you're saying it without saying it, but, you know.
Oh, he said it.
Yeah.
He said it with the power. I still let him pass
Yeah, he
now. Now
did.
grab him by the neck, throw him against the wall. Come along, niggas.
So,
No, but I feel
So
like
wait.
it's crazy.
so
Slap him up.
So now you think it's racist.
Huh?
So now you do think it's racist.
All right, here's my thing again. Racist, yes. Is it shocking? No.
No, not at all. Nobody's
And that's the
surprised
problem.
there.
Like, so I'm not the dude to say like it gets its own pass or it's right, but it's already expected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially somebody in his position.
A big time. And same
Yeah.
thing with Trump. It's expected. These people are businessmen, and it's about the power of the dollar first. And
True.
it's one big game, and Whitey's pockets is Whitey's pockets, and they live in a different universe, even though they could be on the same block, bro.
No, I
It's
agree.
a different universe of how they see the world.
I mean,
It
unfortunately.
doesn't make it right, but you know, it shouldn't be shocking.
No, it's not shocking. But I mean, they're just doing the most to make headlines as well. But
that's what I'm saying. They're trying to like derail him, but brother, like, and none of these presidents have your best interest, and none of them are not racist or prejudiced to some kind of ethnic group.
Exactly.
You know.
No, I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, it's sad, but I think it's just.
It could be prejudiced, it could be homophobic, xenophobic, like.
If it would,
they're there.
Honestly,
they
I
got
think
something with somebody.
I think if it were homophobic, it would have been more of an uproar.
Nah.
I think
yeah, very true.
Because
homophobic, yeah.
I think it would have been more of an uproar. But this is kind of like, to me, it's kind of like
yeah.
More
the bigness is we got off the boat.
More,
ain't gonna stop.
But how do they expect any different from these 70-year-old, 80-year-old plus white guys that odds are, just historically, that there was a time, if you in that age group, you went to school where black people couldn't even go to your school.
No.
Like, why are you acting like it's crazy
but that's what I'm saying.
that they feel this way?
Yeah,
it's like, especially if they got money.
Today, fam, people are so up into their phones and today and the now,
exactly.
instead of learning your past to know your future.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You motherfuckers are blind, bro. Like, you gotta be stupid. Even we go back 20 years ago, motherfucking shit was different.
Yeah, it's true.
So you talking with a 70-year-old billionaire, brother. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's to be expected. So, like, since we got on that topic of, this is not, okay, segue, but...
Black card, white card?
Well, not...
Segue.
couple guys I want to know if they get the black card or not.
All
right, we'll play that.
We'll get into that. No, I wanted to touch on the Gayle King situation. The Gayle King situation with Lisa Leslie.
Gayle King, Oprah's lover. I mean, Oprah's friend.
Oh my God, her best friend, allegedly.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, you know.
So what y'all saying?
Your best friend got her own side of the bed while your husband sleep in the guest house?
Stephen getting down?
I don't think Stephen minds. I don't think
Stephen don't give a fuck.
Stephen cashing that check.
Stephen on the mean
Stephen is here for the bags.
Stephen got them escorts on rotation.
Oh my God.
Stephen should have been in that Dave Chappelle shit. The moments of hookup history.
Yeah. When he got her pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit is funny as hell.
Rest in peace to Kobe Bryant. Basically the whole uproar with the interview that Gayle King had with Lisa Leslie. Did we catch it?
Yeah, but Nipsey Hussle definitely won the whole,
What do you mean?
the out mourning situation. I think it was more harder for Nipsey than Kobe. Kobe shit done. I think it's like the last week of the mourning for Kobe.
I didn't mean to laugh at that, but
Oh, you definitely did.
Was people really fucking with Kobe when Kobe was
I think nobody liked Kobe though. Like everybody got a bad thing. Like once Kobe did the whole team dirty, Phil Jackson and Shaq thing. I don't think niggas like Kobe, but they like his game.
But you can't deny.
Nah, you can't deny the game.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
respect his game.
You just don't like his character.
But people didn't like him. Like same thing with Jordan. Like people respect Jordan's game, but notoriously nigga was an asshole apparently. Like
I think motherfuckers like Charles Barkley and Dennis Rodman more than like Jordan and Kobe.
Yeah, because
Dennis is kind of cool though, son.
Nah, Dennis is mad. Dennis mad cool.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But they're known to be assholes.
They known to be real dudes.
Rodman and Barkley are some assholes. Right. I think motherfuckers can tolerate Barkley and the Rodman better than you can tolerate a Jordan and a Kobe.
But I think it's because of the fact that there's a difference between being an asshole because you just a dude that don't agree with a lot of people,
right,
and then you contest what niggas say, as opposed to a dude that feels like they better than you being in your situation. Like anybody that came in contact with Jordan, he gave you that aura that, all right, nigga, I'm way better. Like, you're not on my level.
I heard the story goes where I guess Jordan and Kobe played, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Jordan goes to Kobe, something along the lines of like, you'll get it one day, just not today.
okay.
Right. Like this like, So imagine Kobe like finally getting to meet Jordan and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You play against him, and this is what he says to you, right?
Right.
But Kobe got payback, nigga.
Oh, exactly.
That All-Star game, nigga.
Now, what happened was
they played the Wizards.
The flip side of the story.
Lakers played the Wizards. Yeah.
They say Kobe never like let that go out of his mind.
You seen that?
The next time that he seen him, he definitely dropped 50 on him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Not even the All-Star game, nigga. Remember that was like Jordan's last All-Star game coming out. Kobe ain't let that nigga have it.
Yeah, Kobe won. He won player of the game and everything. No, but
ain't let that nigga have it.
I respect that.
And by that way, he let him have it.
I respect the whole Mamba mentality thing. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like due to the fact that Nipsey had that such a body of work of so many interviews, like not even just from a musical standpoint, but just from the motivational speaking standpoint, I feel like he left such a body of work where people can constantly go back to that, re-quote that, replay that. Kobe's interviews was not necessarily shit you could keep replaying and going, rest in peace. Because the shit he says in those interviews, things is kind of like, ooh,
I hate myself for what I'm about to say, though, because we have to get off this shit, though. It's crazy that Kobe died before Magic, my nigga. So what else is out there? what else is out there?
That's a fact.
I mean,
and I'm not laughing.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it's a fact.
I'm laughing because it's true, but
that's what happens when your pocket's long. You pay for that cure. You don't see.
Kanye said it best.
You gotta understand when they got bread. They say that when you have they said some shit like for every $100,000 that you have, your life expectancy goes up by like 5 years. So they said like when you go that's over the average person. So if you go to somebody who got 40 million, 50 million, 100 million, when you get to Magic's where he at like a billion, he a billion. He in a billion. So
how much did Kirk Douglas have? That nigga.
But you gotta understand the difference is when they get AIDS is curable because they created it. You know what I'm saying? If you look at cancer, that shit could get any of them because they can't fight that. They still can't fight. They say it's curable, but you gotta understand it depends on what you have because all this shit that they doing, it be killing their organs and all this shit. That's why even Steve Jobs,
like
he moved his ass.
Curing cancer with chemo and shit is probably not the way to go.
Yeah, but they got bread.
But you can naturally.
I mean, there's a lot of things.
But he had.
But that's.
Also, they act like this nigga wasn't old or something. You know what I'm saying? He's still old.
He fucking lived a great life.
Yeah, so, I mean, Catherine Zeta-Jones and all, she was bad.
The father.
Oh, the father. Yeah, he was on some other shit, yeah.
So, wait a minute, back to Kobe. Back to the original point.
Oh, yeah, but he did have, like, oral cancer or something.
Yeah, that shit, you can't do any transplants. Like, Steve Jobs, he moved his ass to the lowest population city in the United States so that he'd be the quickest on the donor list in that area, and then bought a house there and everything, and lived in like a resident so that he would be number one so he could skip everybody. Because you live in LA, nigga, good luck on the LA donor list. Because even if you got bread, you still waiting forever. Yeah, so he went to some shit.
Smart move, though.
Yeah, he went to some shit like. Yeah, I think he moved to like Utah or some shit. It was some middle of nowhere.
That's the same motherfucker slowing down your iPhones too. From the grave. Go ahead. Keep them iPhones.
So basically, back to the original point of the interview. I guess the whole Kobe Bryant thing. I mean, it's still new. I guess people.
King.
I don't think people are responding the same way they did.
Ooh, we just took that shit around.
Yeah, I know we did. So I think okay, back to the King thing. Mm-hmm. So do we feel like it was? How do you feel about the questioning about the whole rape situation with Kobe? Do you think did you think it was appropriate? Did you think it was?
Not at the time, but it's a question that's been asked by numerous journalists before. And like I said, supposedly they're saying that was just a clip that we did see, not the full entirety of the interview. True. So, was it tacky? Yeah.
True. But
still, it wasn't. They made it over the top, and now Snoop is retracting, saying all his words, which looks corny.
Yeah.
And nigga, we know what you said, and we know how you said it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You was
taking.
That shit. He's like, can I call her one?
Can I call her one?
He
Just
gave no response.
Who gave the okay?
So he can press the heart button.
He was on Instagram Live and he was like, do it.
Press the heart button and shit.
Yeah.
Nah, but I feel like it was in bad taste because Kobe was liked.
Right.
If this was...
Was he?
No, I mean, he's liked in the sense of once you die with your kid,
Right.
that puts you on
gave him the pass. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
because
good.
you got to understand that. You got to understand, like...
When kids die, dog, it becomes something
It's
different.
a whole different thing.
No, but overall, if he...
Hold that.
Oh, yeah, we'll touch that.
Hold that.
But if he dies, if you die in the circumstances of Kobe was loved by a lot of people for who he was in L.A.
Right.
As
Only
opposed
he won
to...
the rings.
Yeah.
Only.
Yeah, but if this would have... That's like if you would have had...
Because he got the rings.
If this would have
He could've
happened,
put up the
say
first
OJ,
rings.
say OJ dies in a helicopter accident,
he won it,
and
OJ.
then Gayle King interviewing one of his friends, and
about the murder.
then she's like, "So,
Yeah.
do you think the murder?" Tarnishes like
No,
nobody would give a fuck
But
because he's not
he
liked.
called her out though. You ain't hear the OJ shit calling her out. He was like, "Yo, like she's tacky with that and notorious for that because using that journalistic approach is a cop out because he's saying that you gave me flack when I would go see his wife Nicole and go visit the grave. Like, who are you to come and say what me and my family do to pay our respects, dog? Like,
Yeah, that's
true. I think the issue that a lot of people have with the whole Gayle King thing
Because
is
she's black.
Yeah, and you're not doing the same thing for a lot of other people.
Yeah, which is true.
They're
not doing that. They're not doing it to Weinstein, which is true.
Pulling out other people
Will Weinstein get off?
Huh?
Will Weinstein get off?
Would he?
Yeah, of course he's gonna get off. Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna get off. He's gonna get off one due to statute of limitations, but also just how much bread and how well he liked in this industry. Like Bill Cosby, they got his ass just because of the fact that media prosecuted his ass before he even went to trial. Like that's the difference. They can destroy you in the media.
I mean, but also that's touching back on the like what we were just talking about. I mean, in a courtroom, a black man and a white man, it's just not.
Yeah.
It's never the same conversation.
I mean, but they showed
no
you.
matter how much money you have.
They showed you. If you look up back
Yeah,
then,
see what up? Ask him, Macho.
I don't even know. I don't even know if it's still a thing on Instagram. But before, back when they was doing the whole cancel culture thing, if you looked up the post for cancel R. Kelly, it was like 400,000 posts, whatever. Cancel Bill Cosby was like, 1 million posts, whatever. Cancel Weinstein was not able to be posted. It was getting flagged and taken down. You couldn't even flag the. You couldn't even take. So it shows the difference.
Know what I'm saying?
It shows the difference in the control of media because they could crucify you. Yeah, they could crucify you in the media before. So Bill Cosby was guilty before he went to trial, just through media bodied him.
Yeah.
But Weinstein.
Shout out to Germany, Nino Pacino in the building. What up?
Yeah, outside of like a public situation where some random person that has a little power says something crazy online and then it goes viral for a little bit, it's not brought up. Weinstein is not getting that Surviving Weinstein documentary and all that. He's not getting all that. Like, that's not
his production company.
Exactly. What, you going to have Warner Brothers go put that out? No, it's not going to happen. So, because he controls media and is so influential in media, it shows you how those documentaries have black people really going to get. Black people was done with R. Kelly ass. Black people was done.
Not throwing out TP2 and shit.
Yeah, black people was over here, but black people was done with.
R. Kelly got a mean catalog.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that
shows. A
shows.
lot of artists need to go take tips from R. Kelly music wise.
That shows how public perception. How public perception, especially social media, can change everything.
Right.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know who they gave money to on Black Twitter, but Black Twitter done crucified Bill Cosby ass. They had his ass done. So
a bunch of fucking
a bunch of
spineless Negroes, man. It's
but they got
you see right now, everybody is on the internet trying to make a broom stand up. Like,
yeah. Yo, he had it. Lex had that.
I was fascinated by that shit. I was like, oh.
let's touch on that. What's going on with that? What's up with that?
What?
It was like
What
some
is the situation?
NASA released.
NASA was trying to see if bitches really be cleaning their house.
That,
Like, all right, you hoes, pull it out.
a lot of them brooms was brand new. And also, if you ain't got the slanted broom, I don't trust you. That means you don't really be sweeping.
Right.
If you got the straight broom that can stand up like that, you don't be sweeping like that.
It ain't broken in?
Nah, that broom. Them brooms. Not one of these brooms was frayed at the bottom. Not one of them had excess pieces coming off the side. You wasn't really sweeping with that. You just got that. You just came from Walmart with that broom.
That straw broom. You don't be getting in the
There was people that was doing the broom test in the actual like Walmart. So I was like, damn, you ain't even got a broom at the house. That show you shit does.
Some niggas ain't even got a house.
Yeah.
You know, like the broom can stand up any day of the week.
Are you sure though?
Yes.
Hold up.
But the reason that came about,
the guy who couldn't get the broom to stand up. He's talking about you can stand them up every day now.
it depends on what.
I promise you it can.
It depends on what kind of broom it was. But also, NASA released a press release saying that due to the gravitational pull currently, what's going on within the next few days, a broom will center gravity will be equal. Like it has a lower gravity is going to have a lower center than it normally does.
So basically, hold on, it's a broom that NASA came out.
No, they released it. They basically released it, just giving you the. They released a statement giving you the scientific reason that your center gravity is going to be lower. Gravity is going to be hitting at a lower rate than it usually hits. So because of when they explained it, they're basically letting you know because of that, as a real life example, a broom, because the broom's center gravity is at the bottom, not in the middle, a broom will stand up straight because the center gravity is so much lower. It gave you a practical, it gave you a practical understanding of the situation, because if they would have just said, hey, gravity's going to hit you lower than it usually does, your knees going to hurt more than your back. Niggas is not going to understand it.
Hey, hold on. You know who hit
I felt
gravity?
really good last night. The whole night. I don't know.
Exactly.
You know who hit gravity? That stripper. Whoa!
That was crazy.
That was great. Yo, shout out to her.
For still dancing.
Real shit.
She danced on stage.
Yeah,
she was in shock.
That's what I love though.
She was in shock.
She ain't miss a beat.
The show must go on.
Bro,
So wait a minute.
that ain't the first time that happened, dog. And it happened to someone more famous, dog. Shout out to Tip. Shout out to Tip.
Yeah.
Tip got her first.
Yeah, and Tip really went through it.
Nah, but Tip fell from lower than that. Tip was higher. Because Tip was at what? It was KOD. But KOD ceiling didn't look like that.
KOD a warehouse, dog.
The warehouse shit was high.
That
shit was a warehouse where that was a big club.
Who's this young lady that you're referring to now?
Nah, some girl. She was a stripper, Sky something or something. But she was a stripper. She was on the top of the pole doing like, you know, the little trick where they flip upside down and then they supposed to come down.
Yeah.
When she did the flip, her legs didn't catch. Her legs didn't catch it. She fell all the way down, fell flat, hit her face, hit her face on the floor, broke her jaw, and but popped up from the jaw break and then kept twerking, and then twerked backwards off the stage.
She's a real MVP, y'all. She needs a grade A Valentine's Day.
My nigga, when I say she ate it.
No,
she ate it.
She ate that shit.
Anytime I go to the strip club,
but you ain't hear the ad-libbing in the back though for the chick filming it?
Nah,
that shit got me rolling, dog.
Anytime I go to the strip club, I be having anxiety looking at them up there, son.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like looking at that shit, son. I don't want to be there to witness that shit.
Stuff? You don't like that?
It's Janae Sky.
I don't like it when I'm eating food up
Oh
the
my
I don't
God.
want to see no roast beef in front of my chicken wings.
Hey,
whoa.
But she was working her way back to get
Oh,
on stage.
man.
I suppose shout out to her. I hope she has a speedy recovery.
Nah, she gets dumb back. She probably
All
getting
right.
fired. That's why I don't think the job broken, fam.
she broke it.
She had a tooth. Her teeth was cracked. And
No, she got brand new everything, y'all. She got the GoFundMe page. She
Andrea.
Gucci.
No, she.
Oh wow, that's really high.
Wow.
She kept shaking it though. Got up.
Nigga, she was in shock. She couldn't even believe she felt.
Nah, but I believe it because that's that adrenaline.
Adrenaline is
when
like,
adrenaline pumping like that, especially you fall from a spot like that.
Yeah, honestly, you know what?
I think a P was in the club, dog.
Nigga.
Nah, it was killing me with that. Atlanta be like the wigs sitting up.
Oh, speaking of strippers though.
Yeah.
So the quality control, the dome.
Buffalo the building.
The Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Right.
Super Bowl. They thought they was getting 12, 20 stacks. They got 1,000 apiece.
Nah, but they know better
It was
though.
$750.
Oh, word? Nah, that's probably.
I heard it was $650.
Damn, they keep getting lower.
Nah, but you gotta understand that they not making the same money they was making back in that KOD era, that Tootsie's era. So
that's the tax they got fucked up, dog.
stop acting like y'all not
Niggas
all.
ain't swiping the
All
same
of y'all
way.
driving down in the same car. All y'all sleeping in the same. Y'all been sharing the same La Quinta Inn hotel room.
Right.
Y'all got 6 bitches on the floor, 5 bitches in each bed. Like, come on, stop acting like y'all wasn't bundled up. Like y'all wasn't staying at the Ritz Carlton and then showed up.
Hoes don't sleep, so it's like.
I feel like Plies said it best on that.
But that's the gamble they take, though. It's that part of that investment and that hustle. Like, you know what you sign up for.
I'm not gonna front. I think their expectations. If it is the Super Bowl, I would expect to make way more than $1,000. Especially for an event
Y'all
like
made,
that.
y'all made.
Like
Listen,
Plies
y'all made more than y'all made more than 1,000.
Pricing y'all
Yeah.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all doing.
The views expressed are not the words of Starboy J.
The
Cox
difference is-
or Ivy Talk.
Yeah.
The difference is that it's 500 of y'all in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to understand,
Smell like a locker room.
even in a regular strip club, even in the
Well,
best
yeah.
strip club you go to, it could be 200 girls there. It's only 5 girls getting a bag in there.
True.
So
True.
if y'all all splitting it evenly between 500 girls, what
That's
you
nice.
expect? Y'all all getting even as opposed to there's probably
there's an old saying: oatmeal better than no meal.
Speaking of money situations, so let's talk about Puff's situation with Maze. And,
good segue.
okay,
since
segue.
we're talking,
And shout out to Haitian
I'm not
Crook.
getting no money.
Yeah.
Speaking of not getting,
Shout out to Haitian Crook for calling
Haitian
it.
Crook.
Fact.
Haitian Crook called that out.
He did.
He
called
called
it.
that out. He's like, yo, Puffy doing all this black excellence talk, that he need to go handle that publishing with Mason the Locks.
yeah.
Yeah, he
The
did
rest
say
of the
that.
Bad Boy staff as a whole or a record label. That was the shit.
All right, how y'all feel about that though?
I mean,
Well,
Puffy
we-
making
we-
that talk.
Nah, but we
All
know
right, so
who
let's-
he is, man.
Let's
Like,
give some context. So Maze came out saying what? That
no.
All right.
it was Q.
Yeah, so basically,
Q from 112.
Puff did the Oscars, no, the Grammys. Grammys, right?
Yeah.
He did the Grammys.
The
He
brunch
basically
nation
shit.
he basically
Yeah.
stated he stated that black people need to start working together because they're not including us in these decisions. We need to come up with our own entity to where we don't need them. If we all band together, you don't need the Grammys, which is true.
Right.
They got enough bread to create their own.
Right.
That's where I was having the conversation last post when we talked about this, about title. You got the title awards, and it could be a minority. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Revolt
Right.
title awards, whatever, however you want to play it, because Jay-Z and Diddy are the two top. So when they did that night, Mace posted that if you're talking about all this black excellence and all of us need to work together, give me my publishing.
You do a
Because
impression while saying
He
it.
squeezed in right there.
he was like, give me my bread. Yo, so he goes, so Mace goes, when I was 19, you bought my publishing for $20,000. He goes, you've had it all these years, you made all the bread off of it. He goes, I tried to buy it as recently as last year for $2 million.
Right.
He goes, instead of letting me get it, you told me I would only be able to get it if I could beat the offer these Russian people trying to buy Mace Publishing. Mm-hmm. So he goes, if you could beat the Russian company, then you can buy it. So he goes, I'm just going to wait because Mace is 46.
Damn. Nah, Mace that, man.
Yeah, Mace 46.
Believable.
Yeah, I mean, Diddy 50 something.
Y'all can't forget Diddy though.
So
Mace was there.
yeah,
Cam.
so Mace 46. Cam
gotta
over
be
40.
younger, dog.
Nah, Cam over 40.
No, I understand that, but the niggas can't be like fucking. Alright, fuck it.
James 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they all fit. Yeah. So he said he 40. So he said basically Mace said he gonna wait because if he waits the 4 years, when you 50 years old, your publishing goes back to you.
Oh, watch that nigga get murked.
Yeah. Facts.
We see what happened. We see what happened with Big
No,
Pop.
but when you 50, your publishing goes back to you. So he said he waited until that because he already almost there.
Hell yeah, you should have said that.
So they had
shit at 51, nigga.
So we was having a discussion because I think it was the Breakfast Club that was talking about it, and the Breakfast Club was saying Charlemagne said, when you made your first album, he got it. Yeah, you signed the deal for the half of the. What happens is industry standard back then was when you sign to a major, they own 50% of your publishing. 50.
94, 95.
Yeah.
Back then,
Yeah, back in those days, they own 50% of your publishing. So what happened is, at that time, he made his first album. It was crazy successful.
Awesome.
And then
Classic.
apparently he got a crazy ass advance on his second album. So Diddy gave him a crazy ass advance. And then he bounced. He never made the second album. He
made the second album. He made it, just didn't do well. I think it went like
Wasn't
gold.
it with the team, the squad, the?
No, that was on other shit. That was Harlem World shit.
That come with me.
The second album.
What was the second album?
The second album.
What was it called?
It was a single that he did with 112 that he bit the Luther Vandross song. And then he bit Shalimar, Get Ready. That's the song he did. He did Get Ready.
Come on.
Yeah, that song was hot. Yeah. He took this, fuck my phone died.
So
Double Up.
Yeah.
That was Double Up.
Yeah. And the song was Get Ready.
It sold.
Oh, that's right.
It only went gold. It was sold 107,000 copies in its first week.
I told you it went gold.
And then, by now it was certified 2 times platinum.
Wow.
So that's not nothing compared to Harlem World.
Right.
But then, all right. So what Charlemagne was saying was that you owe Diddy money from that advance because he put bread into you to make you popular. Right. Do you think that $2 million is enough? Yeah, he gave you 20 racks, but he definitely gave you bread from that advance.
All right, so
do you feel that it was enough? How you gonna come at somebody about $2 million? You giving them $2 million for your publishing when you probably owe him more than that with what he gave you and didn't recoup back.
Yeah. Diddy, run my motherfucking shit, son.
Yeah,
come on, son.
I feel like
you feel like it's more than $2 million.
No, I feel like it's the cost. My problem with this situation is, but they're not mad that he signed this deal with Diddy. They're mad that Diddy not giving him the bread, giving him the publishing because they all black.
Right.
But that is the expectation when you do any black business, and that's the mindset with a lot of minorities. They feel that just because you are black and the business is black, that you should get cut some deal.
Yeah, but I agree.
Yeah, that's what kills me. It's like, all right,
but there's a thin line between, the business and like, are you just holding me back at this point?
I mean, he was doing that, so I think a part of that has to deal with spite, dog. Yeah, more or less. It could be that whole shit, nigga, like, I built you, and now you trying to jump, because remember when he did this shit with G-Unit, that nigga was dropping fire, dog, when he came out the church.
That album was actually dope.
Nigga, I'm still trying to find out where to get that shit, dog. That nigga was going ham on the freestyle. Like, I ain't front, man. Shout out to 50 Cent, dog, because one thing...
He revitalized his career.
You don't hear no bad... You hear some fucked up shit with 50, like trying to fucking sun niggas.
But you don't hear bad business from
no bad contracts.
Yeah.
Even Buck
don't
got nothing bad to say about that paper.
Very true.
Ye ain't got nothing to say bad about the paper. I
Only
ain't
time
nothing
they
bad with Game talking about paper, dog.
Right.
And then real shit too. 50 gave Mobb Deep some love.
Yeah,
they gave MOP some love. They ain't hit no bad shit about that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That
So
ain't nothing really come of it, but you know bad shit.
Yeah, no bad shit.
Same with Olivia too.
But when 50 grabbed Mace, nigga, oh dog, that shit was like
video.
But he was,
nigga, that shit.
but he was
like
revitalizing
butter,
careers at that point.
like
He was
lobster tail, nigga. Like, oh, that shit was heavy, nigga. Them freestyles was mean.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess
And Diddy ain't wanna get that nigga up.
Yeah.
And that shit didn't materialize.
But I feel like it's just, I feel like they want it from Diddy. Like they tell him, oh, give him back his publishing or whatever. It's a business deal. It's the same deal. It's the same deal motherfuckers were signing at LaFace Records, at Jive Records. But nobody asking Jimmy Iovine to give these niggas back their bread.
And Jimmy Iovine is still white at the end of the day, so it's like.
But that's
what
Jimmy
double standard.
Yeah, because you know Jimmy Iovine is a snake. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. But you gotta understand that the reason.
And help us.
But here's my issue with that.
Right.
I feel like I'm not shopping at a black supermarket or banking. No, I'm saying like banking with a black bank for the incentive of the fact that these people are black and they're gonna hook me up because I'm black.
Right.
I'm banking with them, or I'm shopping with them, or I'm buying from supporting black business because I want those dollars that I spend to circulate through black
But do they
hands.
really?
I mean, they do in
Because
certain.
that's the whole thing. So
They do in certain instances.
And the trickle down effect is
But I-
at the top of the
they
pyramid.
you gotta think, Jay, Diddy, Mills and them, for the most part, with that kind of bread, them dudes is touching, they ain't coming back to the hood and dropping it around.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, but that's
You know
what I'm
what I mean?
saying. But you got to understand that it is not about where they spending those dollars and how they spending those dollars in the sense of, okay, if I have the choice, the conscious choice to be able to give it to them to propel where they were talking about where Diddy was a millionaire a couple times over. When you start having people in this generation that are in discussion of black billionaires, I would love to see that because it only advances the conversation. Mm-hmm. Their buying power, their power period, it advances it to where this was normally a white realm. When people were talking about billionaires, black people was not in that discussion. At least not black Americans. There's billionaires that are they're over the other places in the world where they have bread, but it's not. It was not a black American. It was not happening in the United States where relevant people have that discussion. There was no. Every motherfucker was mentioning Bill Gates 1,000 times over because billionaire was a discussion where, you know what I'm saying? Jeff Bezos is that discussion because they making bread like that. But
I feel Akon should be talking more about
what he's doing far surpasses. But because what he's doing is not in the United States, they're not giving him the credit for that.
Very true.
Because he also speaks about a lot of.
Nothing don't happen to him like they did Gaddafi, dog.
I don't think so. Because I think he doesn't involve himself in the political realm.
Yeah.
I mean, he's staying kind of like in his lane.
You know why Gaddafi got
him. They got him.
He was trying to take
chase that dollar.
That gold.
Yeah.
Hey.
Exactly.
But you gotta, with Akon, I feel like it's just he's not in the political realm like that, and he in the bed with the Chinese for a lot of bread, so they protect him. They protect him.
Boy, a lot of foreign power happening over there in the world. Everybody I guess that's what that broom shit was about.
Yeah.
Just keep motherfuckers in the kitchen blind. Keep me away from the TV.
So I think with the whole situation with Puff, though, I think a lot of it has to do with his reputation as well. Like, I think the fact that so many of his artists have spoken out about these type of situations with him, I think that kind of makes it worse. It makes it look worse. It makes him look, like even for a Q from 112, he came out and said, he kept it like politically correct, but he basically alluded to the fact that yeah, you know, some things that Diddy needs to, you know, correct and fix, but, you know, that's Puff. Like, everyone kind of has that approach. Puff is Puff. So it's like, there's no surprise here.
The best thing Puff can do for us right now, I think my man Jay will agree, is just give us Making the Band season 1, 2, and 3 available. Like, package that shit behind the scenes. Just give us that shit wrapped up, ready to go.
Yeah, but I would love to see that shit again. That has to be somewhere.
I think wasn't he just working on a new Making the Band?
Fucking new one,
Yo,
just give an old one. The old one was
the generation today needs to see that shit, nigga.
They put it back on, put it back on TV.
Like put it out there with
Run it back,
like DVD or download
You can't watch it nowhere.
Where?
Maybe
Nah, it's not really not available. Like,
nah,
it's on YouTube.
No, but he's saying he's saying just put it out as a series. Put it on Netflix.
Watched it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I've been looking, dog, to watch everything start to finish.
I feel like Diddy is more notorious for putting it in their buttholes more than he is taking their money. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem. Like, I feel like that's where he get that bad rap.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if we're getting into that one.
I think he's more notorious for wilding out like that, where they give him that flack for that more than stealing their bread. Everybody was stealing bread back. Every major was stealing bread from you back in the day.
Yeah.
But now, I feel like it was more so them dudes were just salty because they was getting what
bag changed, nigga. If I was an old school
what's the
nigga,
dude? They was getting rasped aggressively out there. So that's probably why. All them dudes on signed the Bad Boy was getting rasped. That's why.
Yeah, let's move on.
So that's why. That's why they salty,
Before we
B.
get into that one.
black card, white card.
Yeah, black card, white
Black
card.
card.
Black card.
Episode is up though.
Oh yeah? Alright, well share that link with me after.
Alright.
All right, black card.
Alright, man.
It seems like you had somebody in mind.
You think?
Or a couple people in mind.
All right, who would you mention?
Who are you
Definitely
thinking about?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin, yeah.
He gave 2 good speeches recently.
Yeah.
And I definitely give him the black card.
I'm declining my G.
I feel like that was a.
Like,
I
you
feel
gave
like
a good speech, but my G, like,
Yeah.
you gave a good speech.
That was it.
black people fuck with him though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but it
though.
was a good speech.
I don't feel he.
I feel like it was
I
a
feel
human
more.
speech more than a more than black people's speech.
But that's what I'm saying though. I think there's empathy to him.
Yeah.
And there's character of him. I don't think he's like a grimy, malicious dude.
I feel like but I fuck with him. I feel like he's real.
Okay, fine.
I respect it.
Okay,
I
so
respect
decline.
what he did.
He just declined. All right.
Yeah,
I mean, to me,
give me a little more. Yeah,
I say black card for Joaquin Phoenix though.
Okay.
I fucks with him.
Black card.
I would say.
He made Gladiator. Me, come on now.
Well, yeah, he was good in Gladiator.
I just liked him in what's the Signs.
Yeah, he was bombing
He was
something.
good in the Joker too. We can't. I mean, that's what you want.
He was
Nah,
man,
Heath
dude.
Ledger.
He was not. He's
I don't want to do that to you,
All
right?
right.
We saying good actor. We saying black card.
But I think the black community fuck with him though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brad Pitt.
I decline.
Brad Pitt, black card. Come on now, black card.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I feel it.
I feel like I probably would slap him. Sorry.
I think you let him side with a little more.
Oh Lord.
She was stumbling on the word. I think Brad.
She's like, I let him slide with just a tip.
Brad was looking. He was looking kind of fly.
He got black kids now.
Yeah, he do.
He's a legit father to like a tribe of.
But do you feel
Yeah.
is his black card
Yo, real shit, nigga.
black card? Is it better than Angelina Jolie?
Nah.
You feel like Angelina Jolie got a bigger black card though?
Yeah.
You think she fuck with more in the black community?
But Brad Pitt,
Brad?
Brad Pitt is really looking like Captain Planet though with the kids though.
Yeah, he got him everywhere.
Kids.
But that was Angelina. That was her, B. That wasn't
Yeah,
his. I don't think he was looking
signed
for the
up
whole.
for it.
Yeah.
He came in there and said, "All right, fuck it. I had to go get these motherfuckers to go make my own."
It's like 9 of them,
Yeah, it is. Nigga got the Brady Bunch.
Right.
I mean,
All right.
who else?
Matthew McConaughey.
Black card.
Black card.
Who's Matthew McConaughey?
Dallas, Lincoln Lawyer, Dallas Buyer Club.
Yeah, he was bombing that.
What's the saying he does?
All right.
That was Kevin Hart?
Nah. Oh, hell no.
I was about to fuck it up.
He
I was about to do some Yippee-Ki-Yay shit. I was like, nah, that's
He's from Texas.
Bruce.
He's from Texas, so he's like a country white boy.
He was in Magic Mike. He buff dude. He be in a lot of different shit.
Oh, the Magic Mike dude.
Yeah.
Not Magic Mike.
No, not the dude that was dancing.
Not Channing Tatum.
He was the main. Channing Tatum, black card.
Dallas Vibe Club.
I see his application.
Lincoln Lawyer.
You know what I'm saying? We still reviewing
Yeah,
We still reviewing
Alright, Channing Tatum, black card. That nigga do be dancing.
I feel like we still reviewing his black card.
That's
Nah, he was in more than one of those dancing movies.
Yeah,
though, so.
I feel like he just
he
wanna be-
have to run with it.
he like what's the thing that was fucking that married Britney Spears? Kevin Federline.
Oh, Kevin Federline.
Nah, no.
Holy shit.
He
He
pretty
didn't
much
have a
that
black
nigga.
card, though.
No, but I'm saying I put
What's
Channing
his name?
Tatum in that
Sean Jackson,
category.
the baby mama or the ex-wife, but still no black card.
Yeah.
to me.
Right.
No black card.
Nah,
Connie
but-
Buds. Black card?
Callie Woods?
Yeah, black card.
Black card,
Black
son.
card.
Yeah.
I'm giving him
Black
a black
card.
card, son.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is. Who's that?
5 million years, Camera.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, definitely black card.
Black card.
Yeah.
Come on now, yeah.
Just
Okay.
music.
Okay.
Nah, just on the strength of his personality, you
Yeah.
can tell he
It's
is.
gonna be crazy.
He's not just black with it, like he's Caribbean
Yeah.
black.
Yeah.
Like,
This is gonna be crazy, though.
official.
Vanilla Ice. Throwback.
Black
Nah.
card.
Black card.
Nah.
Nah, he can get declined still.
Still?
Nah, I feel
You
like
don't
he
think
was.
he's really, you don't
Nah.
really think,
I think
dog, for him to be, dog, the niggas really
Back
be
then?
dancing
Really?
to be with the culture and the black folks.
I mean,
Yeah, but I feel like
he had to be with the black folks to get to where he got to.
yeah.
And this
But I
is
feel
the
like
way
when,
he got to black
but I
culture.
feel like when he
I don't
got
know.
there,
I feel
he
like-
made bread.
I feel like that could have been a culture vulture move at the
Yeah.
same time.
I
From
mean,
back
No,
then,
but-
though, that was hard to be a culture vulture.
Nah, but he
Think
switched-
about it.
But he switched out. He switched out on MC Hammer though.
Think
In
about
the
it.
South,
I think I look
He
at
switched
it-
out on
In the
MC Hammer
South,
though.
I
from
think-
Dallas, 84, 85, 86.
I
You're
look
a
at-
white boy.
I look at
Culture
it-
vulture.
Yes.
Nah.
Yes. The industry.
Nah, to get it-
the
I mean,
industry.
I don't think
They
so.
was pushing him hard, B.
Look at the industry at the time, right?
To get him.
MC Hammer was like
The man.
the man.
He was
Yeah.
the man.
Right? You telling me the industry isn't like
Damn, we
if
need a
he
white
can make
MC
all
here.
of this money?
Yeah.
What happens if we
No,
make
my
a
nigga.
white one?
Okay, but
himself?
Facts.
but
And look
here's
what
the thing,
happened.
though.
Exactly.
He wasn't made though. He wasn't made.
I
He
feel
was
like
a
he was
motherfucker doing
constructed.
his own shit.
No,
And
you
then
can't
it's
say
pop,
he wasn't.
and you got a machine
you can't-
behind
You
him.
can't say he wasn't made though because they dressed him up in MC Hammer pants and
But
did the whole
nigga, that's
thing.
after you get picked up though. You get what I'm saying? You have to come with an initial
So he has
concept
so you're
back
saying,
then. It wasn't like niggas making you back then.
So you saying
Alright.
on the
I
street.
agree.
So you
I
saying
Alright.
he necessarily wanted to be a
Yeah.
rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I think.
Kid Rock was a rapper.
That's
right.
right.
He only
I
had a
didn't-
black
But
card.
I
I
agree
still
with
feel
that. I don't-
like I still feel like
I don't fuck with Vanilla Ice. I'm
I mean,
good.
I-
yeah, I feel
agree.
like he was. I feel like culture vulture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I
Because
agree.
if you was a rapper and you was genuinely true to the culture, like
He sold out.
Nigga, nah, that's bullshit. dog.
He sold out. He
You
switched
got-
on MC
Nah, that's
Hammer.
bullshit. You got the blackest of the black motherfuckers who sell out for less than that every day, dog.
yeah,
Like, nah.
come on,
That's
but
facts,
we
man.
Good.
got
Alright,
black
I mean-
cards right
Alright.
now.
Okay, I get that. I get
Adam
that.
Sandler.
Nah.
No.
I did like the movie Gems or whatever.
Oh,
I
okay,
like
Gems.
the black
It
card.
was mine. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Chris Rock as your
He
best
be
friend
playing.
in town.
He be playing ball. He be playing ball with niggas.
Nah,
and
that
all.
don't
No,
mean
I
shit.
mean, I think he's very. I mean, I think.
That motherfucker gotta be lay up there, he
What
can
does
drive to the
Nah,
hole.
nah,
Like,
What does that even
nah,
mean?
Yo,
The basketball card, really?
Adam, it's not Adam Sandler. I think he owns his whiteness a lot, though. Even if
I think you do. All right, so
Okay, this is what I want to talk about. Jimmy Fallon.
What about?
nah, I fuck with Jim,
I
black
give
card,
Jimmy
black
Fallon
card.
black card.
He put the roots on.
Fuck that.
He did put the
Jimmy
roots on.
Fallon get black people. But he
I
was
fuck
getting
with him.
flat
Yeah.
because the motherfuckers was trying to say he did some blackface shit. And it was a skit he did doing
They made him play what's
Chris
his
Rock,
name?
nigga.
Yeah.
But that nigga is fucking funny, dog.
Yeah.
Pull up the Jimmy Fallon doing impression. That nigga got a mean Chris Rock and a mean Bill Cosby.
It was funny. Nah,
Jimmy
but
Fallon,
I
black
fuck
card.
with Jimmy. I fuck with Jimmy
Jimmy
Fallon.
Fallon black card.
Black card.
I feel.
Jimmy Kimmel, no.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel. Nah, I'm good. That Carmelo shit was racist.
I want to ask, what about J-Lo, since we were just talking about the
Black card
earlier? Yeah.
J-Lo and the black card.
Can we say J-Lo the black card?
J-Lo, baby, she was.
I'm nervous on giving J-Lo that black card.
J-Lo
She Jenny from the block.
She's Jenny from the block.
That's J-Lo from insurance. I don't know what she's saying.
I don't know.
Jenny,
No black card.
Jenny from the
She
block.
ain't tripping about not having a black card either.
Nah, she's
No
not.
black card.
I don't know. That thing ain't gonna fool me.
Yeah, nah, she fell back on black niggas hard with the
Rosie
Diddy shit
Perez,
now.
black card.
Yeah, black card.
Rosie Perez got the black card.
Yeah.
Rosie Perez black though. I feel like she's black.
Whoa. Respect your elders. You wasn't saying that and do the right thing. Okay, Mookie.
White man can't jump.
Wasn't saying that, yeah.
Nah, but
Black
yeah, she
card.
did. Nah, but J-Lo, I fuck with J-Lo.
Brooklyn,
Man.
baby. Rosie.
J-Lo 50 plus still looking bad.
She looks great.
Nigga, anybody will look bad when you got millions and millions of dollars.
Tell these white folks that.
There's a lot of people
No,
that
white.
look trash.
Bitch, you better go look at Martha Stewart, nigga. She holding up. Me.
Well,
You better go look what money
Martha
did to
Stewart
the
got that
Kardashians.
black card. Martha Stewart got black card.
Look what money did to the Kardashians. Yeah, Martha Stewart got the black card,
I feel
dog.
like she got that.
Yeah,
When she be
got
with
that.
Snoop.
I gotta try her cooking.
Right.
And they saying she was holding it down in jail.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, came out with the poncho, my nigga.
No,
But
I'm the store with the black card.
she'll get the black card when we can taste her cooking. I want to. You get what I'm saying?
Very true, very true.
Nah, I want to taste that Paula Dean. She was saying, nigga.
I was about to say
that food was nah, hey.
Martha Stewart got a fat one. You call it Paula Dean, nigga? Like,
Paula Dean. Nah, that Paula Dean food used to be hitting.
I don't want to taste none of that discrimination. No.
Yeah, she wasn't letting no niggas get a taste, but that shit was looking like it was hitting.
Want no niggas to taste her food?
Nah, she wasn't having it.
Who's our next runner-up?
Who's white fucking with black people now?
Now?
Who's popular white people right now?
All right, so y'all did bring up the Kardashians. What about Kim Kardashian?
Right. Nah.
Black card?
Nah, man, that family. Black men is that family that family currency. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't fuck with the black community. They just prosper off of it.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Slavery. They're modern day slavery.
I think when that porno came out, they was looking on the Pornhub demographics of who was watching it, and then just knew who their core demographic was.
Mama's the
they
biggest
knew it
P
was
in the business, though.
It was niggas between 19 and 30.
The biggest P in the business, though.
Yeah, she is. Facts.
Great.
She
All your daughters?
Yeah, straight up, son, and the husband.
All your daughters, yeah.
And put the husband on the stroll, though.
The husband,
She convinced the husband. She convinced the husband to cut his dick off for the love of the family.
Fuck that shit in your ass, nigga. Go get this money.
That shit is crazy.
Real shit, nigga.
We need to build a whole different demographic.
She put that shit on her daughter's daddy grade.
Facts.
Yeah,
she was bugging.
That's crazy.
But I give her credit. That's a businesswoman out the ass.
Cool. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of women, how y'all feel about that Dwayne Wade shit with Dwayne Wade? That's his
Oh.
name, right?
Yeah, this is
My bad. I be getting the niggas confused from
Dwayne Wade?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is getting out of
Dwayne
Okay,
control.
so
Yeah.
Dwayne,
This is getting out of
Yeah,
control.
touch on that.
Let's touch on it. So basically, Dwayne Wade's 12-year-old son, what she's trying to say, daughter, I guess now, named Zion, wants to be now called, Zaya.
Some shit like that.
Or some shit like that. He was on Ellen, speaking on it, basically saying that he came home from school one day, saying that you know what, I want to be considered a girl, and I want to be called Zaya, whatever the case is, however you pronounce it. And then apparently they all just kind of just went with it, and I'm like, yo, first of all, this
Money.
guy, yeah, exactly, money number
That
one.
shit couldn't be. That couldn't be going on. No disrespect, dog.
Of
That's
course.
so. I can't say nonchalant, but so fluid. If it was like the average black
Minority
family
household,
yeah.
dealing with that.
No, you wouldn't. I mean, first of all, I feel like this. My thing is,
I don't know
you're
how-
12 years old. That's the number one thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're 12 years old. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You coming home from school telling me you want to be considered this and your sexuality. Like, what are we talking about?
Exactly.
At 12, like
What do
I
you
don't
know?
I-
What do
I
you know
just-
at 12?
Yeah,
Exactly.
like, what do you know
at 12?
What do you
Right.
know? Like,
If I was a child's mama, nigga, me and Gabrielle need to have a talk. What the fuck
exactly.
been going on when I ain't in the house.
Yeah, because that's not.
I don't know, but
hers,
that's I don't want to be offensive to anybody out there saying that you're born that way instead of choosing that way or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, no offense at all.
It's a touchy subject.
It's a
But I
touchy
feel like the
subject.
sneakers. I feel like the way
We're
you
definitely
choose.
having a long conversation about whatever you feel like you feel.
Yeah,
Exactly.
explain this to me
Like,
Exactly.
before I go and take it there. Yeah, before I
What do
take
you mean?
Like,
at
you're not even
16.
sexually active,
Exactly.
my G. So what are you talking
Exactly.
about?
At 16, I didn't know shit.
Right.
Exactly.
At 18,
Exactly.
I barely knew shit.
Nah, we knew shit at that age.
No, I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
in hindsight.
Yeah, you know, but I'm saying at 18. No, I'm saying at 18, you know
Right.
what you're attracted to, but
Facts.
you don't know
Nah, that's bullshit.
much
son.
about
Like,
the opposite.
Nah, I feel like you know,
6, 7 years old nigga.
you know what you
like
attracted
girls
to.
be.
No, I'm talking about. I'm talking about sexually where you understand where your head is at. 18, yeah, by 18 you know what the fuck.
right.
I'm not talking about what you're sexually attracted to. I'm talking about your identity as a
Yeah.
person.
Nigga, I don't think
Right.
we had them issues, son. Like,
Nah.
no, dog. My
So
days,
then,
I was-
you over here
blue
back then.
boys,
Yeah.
pink girls,
Yeah, that's all we
jeans boys, dog, skirts,
I mean,
chicks.
I agree.
It's
think
a
the
different
times-
time.
At
the times
12,
were very different.
at 12,
I'm not
you
trying to
don't-
make light of it and clown the shit, but that's what it was. Like,
Yeah,
right?
but I don't doubt
Girl with some
you saying
old
you
school
attracted.
values and-
I don't doubt you saying that you attracted to something else. Like you could be 12 because you could be 12 and go, damn, you know, that girl is looking.
at 12,
that
I
girl
definitely
looking good
knew
over there.
that I
Yeah,
liked
you definitely knew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, that's what I'm saying. Sexual attraction is
Before
something
that,
else.
though,
Yeah.
I like, it was like,
Sexual
But-
attraction is one thing.
But to say you do not, you identify as a completely different sex at 12.
Yeah,
how
that's
do you
what I'm
even
talking about.
understand
Right.
Like
the
Jeanette
full
Monáe,
gravity
she
of
said
that?
she
That's
of-
different.
Of identifying
Yeah.
the sex period.
When
No,
you-
but by 6 or 7, you already know what you like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
by
you know
by
what
that
you
age, you
like.
know what you're attracted. I'm not even talking about if the kid would have said, "Hey, I'm gay," I'd have been like, "All right, bet."
So
Then
are
you
they
feel
trying to
you're
overshadow
you're
the gay
attracted
part?
to.
At this point, like, if
You
it's
feel
gay,
you're
I don't
attracted to
care.
it,
I don't, I don't like.
But I feel like the
They're
whole
overshadowing just to say I'm gay.
yeah, but
Right, yeah,
but I
that's
feel
what I'm
like
saying,
the whole
I
identity.
feel like,
That's what
I
I
feel
felt,
like you would
bro.
have to break. I feel like I would have to give him the
Yeah, bet.
brutal truth.
of course.
Of all right, so you saying like that you trying to you understand the sexual move that's gonna have to happen for
Yeah.
it- for it to carry out all of what you saying right
You
now.
know what's gonna be even real crazier though?
Yeah.
Now this little nigga's gonna get played, dog, by a whole bunch of other little gay niggas who's into him, but really just trying to get close to his father. Trying to get an autograph. And me his stepmama nigga.
Yeah, exactly.
Just gonna break this little nigga heart left and
So,
right.
do you feel like this is genuinely something that Dwayne Wade is like, I'm all for it?
No, I feel like Dwayne Wade's jumping on this because this is a great. This is a great. No, but this is a great pause. But this is a great. This is a great PR move for his career.
Right.
Like it puts him in a different. Because Dwayne Wade is not Kobe Bryant. You understand? Like, even though Dwayne Wade is great outside of Miami, Dwayne Wade is not loved like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might see him on a reality show and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So this is his avenue because when you jump in this realm, then you bypass Kobe, you bypass LeBron, you bypass Jordan.
Yeah.
None of them is on this wavelength. Chris Bosh may be the only one that may have been
facts.
over there.
Chris Bosh played himself, nigga, when he did the marriage, my nigga. Come on, son. You ain't that one coming.
But that's what I'm saying. So I think this is a great PR move for him,
Ain't nobody in
career-wise.
Miami warned the nigga when he get to
I feel like
Miami.
it's- I
Nigga,
feel
he
like
didn't get the
it's-
heads up pamphlet.
So wait a minute, it's a PR move and what like to appeal to that demographic? To
I think
fall
it's to
into that
separate.
category?
I think it's to separate himself from the other basketball players because
So then
now
that-
you create a different level of celebrity for yourself. Dwayne Wade is not loved outside in Miami.
Very
He's
true.
Right. He's Wade County.
Yeah.
But
outside of Miami.
yeah.
You not that, especially because they live in L.A. now. They don't even live in Miami no more, right?
But wait a minute. So are you
I
insinuating?
think they're in L.A. because Gabrielle Union from L.A.
Yeah. So are you insinuating that his son isn't legitimately?
No.
experiencing this, or-
I feel like he took it. Say say your motherfucker
They
told
amplified it
you,
and just
say
rushed it through the
say
door.
your kid came, told you some crazy shit, and then you
Because-
go back to your office and you're like, damn, dog, I
I'ma
can't
keep
believe
it a
this
buck.
shit. And then your lawyer was like, yo, but this could be good for us.
Right,
And then you was like, oh, word? Boom, and then you took it and ran with it.
Yeah.
I don't think...
Like realistically, let's keep it a buck. If your 12-year-old is coming home talking about they gay, right? I don't feel like this is gonna be in the news like tomorrow. Like,
that's what I'm
Nah,
saying.
right.
You brought that to the
It
forefront.
was in the news before though, when they saying like, because we spoke about
Yeah,
it
we spoke
before.
about it
Right.
before.
So I guess more just amplifying. They said, "I motherfucker."
Well, he
I think
went on Ellen.
nowadays, yeah, a lot of parents could be
Ellen.
like, "Really, if this is who you are, then we accept you who you are,
Yeah.
and it's okay because
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
and that." And
yeah.
it's those kind of
Perfect.
talk that we live in
Right.
this society because that is the new norm to be accepting
Yeah.
and empathetic and understanding and let
But you know
people.
what?
Perfect
On a
example, Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
His son be wild.
Yeah, his
His
son-
son- no,
But-
I
That's
told
a-
you.
that's a-
But
I told
his
you
son,
what it is.
even though his son be wilding out, this was not a public thing
Right.
until the kid was grown.
It was
Yeah,
it
so
still wasn't a public
therefore,
thing until social media.
that's
came
what
in,
I'm saying. So
and now
therefore,
you can see it
that's
on
the way you
social
handle
media.
it. Magic
E.J.
Johnson handled it differently.
E.J. Johnson is only who he is because what happened to his daddy, my nigga. That scared him straight.
See, that's the karma.
Nigga.
Maybe.
It's not karma. It scared him straight, nigga. His daddy done got the ninjas, nigga. Like, no.
Yeah,
So-
but
so
who
that
got
mean-
but who
so-
got the ninjas more than his demographic right now?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like, so,
Yeah.
what are you saying?
No, I mean, but at least most
Now,
of
is
the time
that-
his
That was
son-
very clean.
Yeah.
That was very
You
clean.
like hey, segue.
most of the stuff with his son though was when he was grown, and it was like social media related. But I don't remember.
They ain't wait
Magic
till you
Johnson,
gonna know that he wanted it, you know what
Nah.
I'm saying?
But I don't remember him actually ever coming out and saying, "Yo, my son is this, and this."
Yeah, he's
You never
never
did.
really.
Yeah, it
Right?
wasn't until his son became how it even got big is because his son used to hang out with all these popular females, like rich
okay.
females, and then he or she, however you want
Whatever
to,
you
whatever.
wanna
Got photographed mad times, like with the bag, with the furs, with the heels.
But real shit though.
Yeah, that's-
Black flamboyant men and black homosexual men doesn't get that much flack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It don't get that much flack, dog. It's like,
You know why?
has it been conditioned to
It's
be
an
the
agenda.
acceptance?
It's an
It's
agenda.
it's an agenda.
But like it really, black gay men who are on the flamboyant side of it,
Right.
it's just like, alright, you know.
Yeah, it's cool. It's
Well, you got-
it's an agenda.
It's an
Yeah, because you got all these popular gay white men that still are dudes. They still show up to these events. They show up to all these designers, all this. They show up to all these gay white dudes. They show up to the Oscars in
Right.
suits. It may got sequins or ruffle or frills or whatever.
Right.
And they still in their suit, but it's flamboyant. It is only what's that black dude name that be in the fucking different
Oh,
crazy ass
I know.
dress?
I don't know who this nigga is.
But he's everywhere.
I've seen him.
And I don't even know. I don't know what he
What does
do
he
for his
do?
career.
Virgin
But
or
that's what.
Nah, that
That's
ain't
not
don't
Virgil.
try Virgil.
Nah, don't put Virgil out there like that.
No, what the fuck is his name?
But
going
that's what I'm
around?
saying.
Some weird kind of.
But I don't know what he does.
I don't know what he
But
does. I just keep seeing.
But that's what I'm saying. If it's not an agenda, how is he at the forefront?
Exactly.
This dude is best dressed.
Yeah, he's
Quotation
like-
marks since y'all can't see
You gotta get
me.
his name.
It's weird though, dog, because I even think it's even deeper too. Because even with the females who play more of the masculine role in the homosexuality arena, that still goes through like it's norm.
Wait,
What's
like,
his name? The Leah Waif and all that shit. Is that even
Leah.
Waif?
Wait, yeah.
Yeah.
I fucks
And
with
there's
her.
several other, but like they just.
Billy Porter.
There
you go.
His
yeah.
name
What
Billy
does he
Porter.
do?
I don't know. I'm about to look it up. What he does, but
Fabulous.
I mean,
nigga.
Nah, yeah.
that's wild.
But they give him a lot of limelight.
Yeah, because he's definitely
Yeah.
He makes that.
Yeah.
He makes sure the
But
limelight looking at him.
mind you, like
he's a Broadway. He's a Broadway theater performer. So he's an actor. He's an actor on Broadway.
Makes sense.
Nigga, nobody cares about Broadway unless a real actor is there,
Right.
like Denzel
Right.
get on Broadway or Alec
Right.
Baldwin get on Broadway or Oprah get on. So if you're not talking about Oh, Alec Baldwin, black card, by the way. I just want to throw that one out there.
Alec Baldwin?
Alec Baldwin, yeah.
Stephen Baldwin?
Nah, I'm good. Alec Baldwin get that black card, though.
You gotta explain these people.
Okay, Alec Baldwin, 30 Rock.
Yeah, 30 Rock. He's on Saturday Night Live. Niggas hilarious.
Like the guy who does Trump.
He's funny as shit.
Alec
Baldwin. Google Alec Baldwin. But that's what I'm saying. Like, Broadway don't get that recognition unless a popular star is on it.
True.
Why is this dude at the forefront of so many events? Because he show up in a dress with no catalog. The fact that everybody, the fact that everybody knows who this dude. The fact that everybody here knew who this dude was, but nobody knows who this dude is crazy. That lets you know the agenda. Exactly, because you don't see. How gay was the dude from Will and Grace, the white dude on that? How
is he really gay though?
Yeah, he's gay.
Which
in real
one?
Life. The main dude.
Both
of them. Both of them was gay.
The first one, the main one, Will ain't gay.
No, Will gay in real life, but the best friend was gay too.
The best one's fucking funny though.
That's
a funny
he's
thing.
hilarious,
So
but I'm saying, but he never showed up. He never showed up in no dress at no awards.
Don't need to.
You know what I'm saying? Buddy from Third Rock from the Sun or whatever.
Yeah.
He gay.
Yeah.
Never showed up in no dress. That's what I'm saying. These dudes that's prolific gay actors, they not doing this.
I think it's a part of the agenda.
It's a part of the agenda.
That black.
Does Kevin Spacey get a black card?
Who?
Because we're talking about gay actors. Kevin Spacey.
Nah.
A black card for Kevin Spacey?
Nah. I believe that was some bullshit they set him up with. Before that, stop acting like this nigga didn't have a resume out the ass. Like, y'all didn't fuck with him. I fucked with Kevin Spacey.
His acting.
Kevin Spacey was American Beauty, Usual Suspects, Seven.
Horrible Bosses 1 and 2.
Seven.
Seven was good.
Yeah.
Usual Suspects.
He was bomb. He's in like 20.
Actually.
Seven was bomb. Yeah.
Shout out to Morgan Freeman.
So, but he had a crazy career. Don't act like he ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like when their buddy was like, "Oh, he was trying to come at me at this award show. He was trying to smash." He paused. He was trying to smash. No, but I'm like, all right, but don't act like he ain't come up with an era where it was crazy to be gay. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like him hiding who he was by being gay, and then don't act like these dudes that's not. There's a whole MANBLA or whatever it's called, that Man-Boy Love Association or whatever it is, where it's a full association of grown-ass gay dudes that are attracted to underage gay boys, and they're a full... Huh? But it's a full association. Y'all pay taxes on the name and everything. Y'all have meetings and shit. Y'all have a full club, a full legal club. So it's like, don't act like this motherfucker wasn't. Don't act like this is not a popular gay thing. Wilding out. That's what y'all. That's how y'all be. This To Catch a Predator shit is a large amount of it is an older white dude showing up to a house where it's supposed to be like a 14-year-old boy. It's rarely ever a girl that they trying to fuck, but even when they trying to do this underage fucking, these niggas be showing up. Yeah, they niggas be showing up wilding out. So it's like, don't act like they wasn't wilding out this whole time.
Yeah,
it's just
now we live in a time where more
now it's more
and but more of like a trace or a fingerprint or what's the word I'm trying to say?
Forensics and shit.
Not literally, but figuratively. Like, you have more of a.
Yeah, you have that. You do have that trail.
More of an imprint.
Yeah, you do.
Behind.
Yeah, Twitter be getting niggas fucked up in the game, but
True.
I mean, Kevin Spacey get that black card for me. I've been fucking with him. I still fucking with him.
Well, can I segue into?
Go ahead.
Drummer. Segue. Someone who already has a black card, and I think sometimes he gets overlooked for having a black card. Who? Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. But recently his father passed. Oh. So did y'all see the speech?
No, I didn't see that.
A 10-minute speech. It was a great speech, dude.
Really?
Touched on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he
the key note was setting his father, Rocky Johnson, as a trailblazer, and the way he put the spin for people to know, like, his dad was out there doing civil rights. But in the wrestling ring.
But his pops was black, right?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That was like a great thing to.
Yeah, but apparently, like, he was a big. He was one of the first like minorities that was big superstars in wrestling.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Back in that era.
Rocky Johnson, right? He was a part of the first tag team in the WWF at the time. And so yeah, like the speech was very heartfelt. Like I felt bad. I guess condolences to him and his family. Shout out to The Rock. You know, hopefully he'll be watching this. But no, I mean, I really believe that it's sad. You know, like I felt it was a very genuine speech, but I like the fact. Like I agree with you, Lex. Like the way he spoke on it, like he. No, but like the way he spoke on it, it wasn't just from a personal standpoint. It was from the standpoint of like my father was a trailblazer. He was one of the first black athletes to, you know, do this, and this, and you know he revolutionized the sport of wrestling. You know, like he touched on a lot of things, and you're like, oh, you know what? Wow, like, you know, he really does identify as a black man. Like if you're talking about your pops and the civil rights, and he even said, you know,
but he never really does that. I respect that. I respect that because he very much is always on that Samoan shit, where it's always like he pushes that hard.
But he always acknowledges he's a black man. Even in past interviews and stuff I've seen on print, he always acknowledges he's a black man. Yeah. Always he identifies as a black man.
I never really hear that side
of the black man. Really? And even other times I've seen. What's my man?
Vin Diesel Jewish. Derek Jeter, nowadays, Derek Jeter.
Recently.
But the Rock, he's very much on that Samoan tip.
Yeah, big time.
Big. But I never really hear him acknowledge that black. I mean, maybe I'm not listening to right interviews, but there's certain people I just don't look to their interviews. You know what I'm saying? Like The Rock is one guy where I'm like,
I like the way The Rock carries himself, man.
I do.
Great.
Yeah, I believe. I believe as a person, he seems like a cool dude. Like, you know, I see him as
safe though.
Yeah.
Definitely a play it safe kind of guy. Definitely a play it safe kind of guy.
But I think he got to protect that brand. He is the new Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He is that new blockbuster guy, so he's the new Will Smith, so he got to protect that brand. You can't be out there bugging out.
He needs better movies. What Hollywood needs to do with The Rock, if y'all would agree, they need to make him a villain.
Yeah. I agree.
They need to make him a dark, sinister character.
He's actually gonna be a villain in the,
but not like a superhero movie, but like
in Shazam. He gonna in the new Shazam.
But Shazam was good.
No,
Shazam was a real good movie.
He's black. Yeah, he's gonna be Black Adam. So he's gonna be the bad guy.
But can he be dark?
I don't know. Apparently,
because Shazam is kind of friendly,
comedy.
But shit. It's a good movie.
I mean, he was good in Walking Tall. I love Walking Tall.
Shazam's like
Walking Tall was kind of dark and shit, where he got beat up and
and
dark like Heath Ledger dark. Like that?
Like dark, like he has to go into another thing because now he's still in that box of the good guy, funny guy, family guy.
I think he can do it. He has that. He has that range.
He needs to go deep, like break some shit, like
go kill a couple people.
Like he's an A-list star, notoriety-wise, but he's a B-list actor. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, his acting.
Yeah, I feel you don't have the range. You're not showing.
That guy.
He's not showing the range
in the movies, and he's the highest paid, highest grossing actor, and has the most shit going on.
I think in movies he has to stray away from Kevin Hart because I feel like they sell them as a package deal a lot, and I feel like he don't.
I was looking for Kevin Hart in the funeral clip,
and I feel like he don't.
Was there? Vince McMahon was there. The Rock's father.
Okay.
Just watch the speech when y'all get a chance.
Yeah. I'll look it up. But I feel
like Johnson needs to go deep and dark.
Yeah.
He was good. He surprised me.
If Kevin Hart wasn't there for real.
Yeah, I would too. That's why I was like, damn.
Because they so close.
Like pretentious bullshit.
Right.
Maybe he was there.
He was good in what's the cool shit with John Travolta when they first started.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I was like, all right. He played a character that was different than what I saw, and then he did a couple other roles, but he needs to go deeper and dark. He does this shit in fucking Fast and Furious, but it's him being him.
It's still
He's just playing The Rock, yeah. But I feel like him he needs to get away from Kevin Hart because they sell that as a package deal. And I
no
feel
more,
like,
though.
but I feel like Kevin Hart holds him back from being better than he is because they always in that buddy cop comedy where you just playing the big nigga that's throwing Kevin Hart around.
It's
You know,
the same
like
thing like him and Ice Cube. There's no more. I think they hit their sequels or their runs and that's it.
Yeah, they're done. I've seen enough of them together.
I feel like Ice Cube just got that big 3, and now that's where he putting his time.
Ice Cube up there, fam. He just
one thing Ice Cube know how to do is make a good children's movie.
Facts.
Like I respect that he found that lane and he just kind of
kids love him.
lane. Like, you know what I mean?
That's great, dog, for the longevity he
last
has.
couple Ice Cube movies was because my daughter was like, "Yo, you ain't seen Are We There Yet? Nah, let's watch this. You gotta watch this."
He hasn't played a crazy movie since like Menace to Society.
Yeah,
No,
that's
but
true.
here's the bigger question.
He found his
man.
lane,
Yeah.
which I respect that. He getting it back.
Yeah.
With the longevity and history of these dudes, who is the best or better, well, in success, teenage rapper?
Current day?
Like
Lil Wayne.
Like, do we have to consider a
Like,
Fresh Prince?
Oh, okay.
Lil Wayne.
Wayne?
Of
Like,
actor,
like-
actors turned actors
like,
or just all around?
The teenage rapper who came and parlayed
Nah, Lil Wayne.
the game.
He the only one that
Over
has.
Ice Cube?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ice Cube.
You're looking at the rap side.
Yeah.
You get what
Yeah,
I'm saying,
Ice
Jay?
Cube, Ice Cube that started
Fresh
at that
Prince?
age.
Ice Cube became a mogul,
movies.
which
But
I
that's
do
what I'm
respect
saying.
that.
Okay.
Who's the best
Oh.
teenage rapper to parlay and play out a situation for them?
Then it would be Will Smith because Will Smith did numbers as a rapper. Like
You
people
did numbers.
No, but I'm saying I believe people don't respect the numbers Will Smith was doing. You know what I'm saying?
because
Like
they don't respect his music.
Will Smith albums was doing crazy.
Yeah, but that's
There ain't a nigga in the world that ain't heard
adult
Big
Will
Willie
Smith.
style.
But
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Right.
adult Will Smith.
No, but I'm talking about.
After the TV.
But I'm saying he parlayed
He
parlayed those young raps into
Yeah.
the Will Smith, the Fresh Prince,
Yeah,
which
like-
is crazy. And I feel like his career has been. Will Smith is an entity in himself.
Yeah,
you know
I
what I'm
really
saying? Like,
everything about teenage rapper would have to be Will Smith who parlayed and then Ice Cube to run out.
I
yeah,
agree.
I feel like Ice Cube is a mogul.
In terms of
yeah.
well-roundedness and then like dipping their hands into different.
Yeah, his
parts, like,
acting is crazy.
Yeah.
I'll give him credit. Like he plays a good character. His
But don't Dr. Dre get to play around in there too a little bit?
Teenager? No, I don't think Trey was a teenager.
no, because Dre was probably 20 something. He was the older one of that group. Yeah.
Dre was old.
Ice Cube was the youngest of the group,
Yeah,
right?
he's
It was
16.
him and the other dude that just used to go get the MC Ren,
Yeah.
right? Ren.
Speaking of teens, let's touch on the Trayvon Martin situation.
Oh, segue.
Segue.
No point.
Facts.
There we go.
Alright.
So, like, what exactly do you want to get into with that?
Oh, now you throwing it on me like that.
I'm
Like,
gonna let
I don't
you
like the way you
do
be
that.
doing this shit.
Yeah.
Yo, let's go talk about this, but so.
Alright.
No.
I'm just reminding you because you mentioned it.
All right, the background of
All
that.
right, the background.
Leading into it.
was talking about this, so go ahead, please.
Yeah.
All
All right, I'll open it up. And
better.
all right, the background of that was because Trayvon Martin's mother is running for commissioner of Miami.
Okay.
Okay.
So she's doing it off of the strength of, but she did a whole thing on his birthday of like a whole a whole press thing, a whole press junket on his birthday, pretty much advertising everything, going through it. The father was there, and then basically he's on the shirts for the whole campaign, and you know what I'm saying? It's pretty much using what happened to him as a backbone of the campaign, even though that doesn't really say anything about what your politics are, what you feel, what your stance is on a lot of things.
It's really using a face card for a face card.
Yeah, so do you feel the discussion we were having is, do you feel like they are using his celebrity, you know,
His brand.
his notoriety, notoriety of what happened to him
knows Trayvon.
to their benefit because of the fact that back then, I mean, and this was a good point that he brought up. Back then, when they did the whole Trayvon thing, yeah, you were upset about what happened, but when they interviewed the parents, I was like, yo, what the
Yeah,
fuck? They should have never put these motherfuckers.
That's how I felt, bro.
Yeah,
When
like,
I saw them first, like, yo, who put them on TV?
Yeah, there's certain people that you just don't. You know what I'm saying? So
cleaned
they
up nice though.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
So you feel like they got rebranded aggressively,
Right?
And now
Media
they
training.
are. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So why, if a tragedy happens and God forbid your child gets murdered, what you doing taking media training for, and you doing all this stuff? Like, they obviously, used it to their benefit in a lot of ways because
not with Ben Crump.
I mean, I'm not gonna front. To me, I find it a little surprising because I don't think, it's been what, like eight years now, or 7, yeah. Like I don't think in all this time that has passed, I haven't seen either one of his parents in any situation to where it was like a consistent, a pattern of them speaking out against violence.
I see them speaking arrangements, and you go to places speaking, but what's really been done, like not to go.
Well, that's what I mean. Like I haven't seen them proactively, but to say you even want to take a position in office, I'm assuming again, like what you said, is like what are your doctrines? What are your beliefs? What laws are you trying to? You know what I'm saying? Like what are you really trying to do?
It's not with police brutality at that point. Their personal situation is not.
That their case
it's
wasn't.
not against police reform. Yeah.
It's not against police reform. I think.
So that's the question. Like, so like.
No,
yeah,
but they could.
They weren't attacking stand your ground. It's a lot of things.
That's what I mean. Like I didn't see them challenge the stand your ground or challenge the indifference in the courtroom, or what I'm saying. We could go deeper into that, but. All I'm saying is I haven't really seen them move and shake like people who want to step into office. Yeah. So to me, it's surprising. So to answer the question, though, do I think they're using his celebrity? Absolutely.
Because
absolutely they are. Why wouldn't they?
There's certain people, and then, we were talking about this before, who took a tragedy and parlayed it for embetterment for society in its own way, on top of vindicating whatever else they may have had going on. Adam Walsh.
Yeah.
John Walsh did that for Adam Walsh.
Right.
When he did
Unsolved Mysteries.
No, America's Most Wanted.
Oh, America's Most Wanted.
And he got motherfuckers left and right, boy. That shit was hot for like 20 years.
Yeah. But that's true because how many people you caught up for what happened?
Exactly. Like hundreds, dog. I think it's like 800 and something. Or let's go.
I mean, also that show ran for years, but it was a good show.
Take notes, Friday. That's what you gotta be doing.
No, but I mean, what do you think, Jay? What's your take on it?
On
the whole Trayvon Martin mom running for office. You think they're using a celebrity for their own personal gain, or you really feel like they want to make some changes in the community?
I mean, I would.
Is this a security bag situation?
Security bag?
I feel like there's definitely some security
bag alert! Bag alert!
There's definitely some bag talk happening in there, but I mean, it is what it is.
Chandelier.
You kind of do have to still use, I mean, good or bad, you kind of do have to use what the people kind of look at you for.
Or what you know you for.
Yeah.
True.
But how many times are you going to be a one-trick pony?
Yeah.
I mean, very true too.
You know what I mean? I ain't trying to do that to like take away from the young man's death and the grieving.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah, what are you doing? You have to go. You can't keep.
You gotta move, right?
But I feel like
you know what I'm saying.
There's a difference between,
and it's hard to say because it's your child and everything.
Yeah,
exactly.
But still, so like, and I'm the one to say like I don't like it's corny for me to see when there's dead celebrities or dead people, and we keep saying, "Oh, today they would have been such and such, and this and that, and this and that."
Right.
That's foolish, man. Because you don't know what the fuck happened. Motherfucker catch diabetes or the cancer or catch a bullet some other time.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So for me, like, Martin Luther King, like we're gonna be doing this shit when my grandson is around, dude.
Exactly.
Martin Luther King, 2067, he would have been like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, very true.
Like, come on,
it's
bro.
ridiculous.
Like, we ain't living that long, brother. Like, you know what I mean?
Very true. I mean, I think
so, and that's still again with the Reverend,
right.
that who did something that they pushed on us. Like I said, we spoke about this in like 2-3 episodes before.
Yeah.
He's a hero, but he's not my hero. But still, they push his works and his beliefs, and now that for us, they're going to celebrate that. But what did the young man do but just die young?
Yeah.
Now, if he was 18 and was considered a man, illegal? Would it have been an issue? Would it have been killing a kid now, killing a man shot down?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Would there be a different spin on it?
But
I think
an unarmed man getting shot down by a man, or
I think it would have just been
an unarmed kid getting shot down by a man?
It would have been unfortunate. I think the fact that his perception,
it definitely would have made the news if it was a black on black crime.
I think it's because of the fact that his perception in those conversations he had with the cops was that
like he's hunting them,
like this person was an animal or something,
Bloomberg shit,
and then or so dangerous. But then because of the fact that you found out it was a child, that's what made it so crazy. Where you're like, this is a 15-year-old, 16-year-old kid. Yeah, this is a kid that you talking about wilding out on. So that's what made the news. Because if it was a 18-year-old, 19-year-old, then you just like, all right, that was another 18-year-old, 19-year-old.
They try to pull it out of proportion too. Oh, it's a white man hunting down, and he's Peruvian. Yeah, he's white, but technically, when it comes down to the end of the world line, white people ain't taking them.
Yeah,
they're gonna take them now because of the situation, but initially, without the whole situation, them having to pick a side, they ain't giving out the white cards. So like, no, George.
But I feel like with that situation with the parents, the problem is if you out here going, okay, let me go ahead and make sure that I do everything in my power to make sure this never happens again. I'm going to use what happened to create a situation where this brings light of this situation, and then I change something about it. It's different than, okay, this happened. Pay me 20 racks to come to your town and tell this story.
Exactly,
there's a big difference.
There's a big difference.
There's a big difference.
Like, on them shows getting paid, fam.
Yeah, so you
double income.
So now you doing Obama press appearances. That's different. Like to be sitting there on the platform because you got paid $15,000 to show up to a spot, and then you showing pictures and photos. And shit. Photos where you over here got your hand on it. That's what I don't agree with, because you taking that and you prospering off of the situation as if this is the best thing to happen to you, when you should be presenting yourself like you give anything to have that not happen.
I bet you it's registered as a non-profit foundation too, my man.
Yeah, of course.
Taking all that.
Yeah, they
write-offs and all. Ain't paying.
Paying no taxes on that.
What do you think are the odds of her getting elected?
Strong, probably.
I feel strong. Black people stand behind tragedies like no other. They love that shit. They eat it up.
We're our own biggest tragedy.
I feel like black people stand behind. She's technically a black celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I feel like black people stand behind black celebrity.
Black single mother who lost her son.
I feel like they stand behind that, especially in Miami-Dade. The only reason why I said my thing is that she might not get elected is because Miami is like a huge percentage Hispanic. They're not even.
Nah, but I think
black people is not a large number in. They're not even a large number in all Miami-Dade.
It's that, but black people are not a large voting number for several reasons.
Yeah,
and that's something that was even spoke about today, like with the mayor of Miami Gardens, saying not voter fraud, but jerry rigging.
Yeah,
more or less. There's just so many different versions of it going on. So that's the problem. You got a lot of people incarcerated who can't vote, who have their rights taken away. A lot of people who don't have proper identification to vote.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But
a lot of the borders are getting changed for you to go vote in.
Yeah, they're already avidly working against you voting. But I'm saying even when they're doing all that, the population amount, the percentage that they are of the population, is already not high enough in Miami-Dade. Like Miami-Dade, it seemed like a lot of black motherfuckers in Miami-Dade, but they not a lot of spots in Miami-Dade. You go to. Yeah, besides Opa-locka and like around those areas, Little Haiti and all of that, besides those areas, once you get out of Miami Gardens and then you get further west or you get further south, it gets very Hispanic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it doesn't. So they don't make those numbers up enough for her to be able to get over, unless she's just trying to get a district. If she was just going for a predominantly black district and she's trying to take that over, then I do believe she could win that. But all of Miami-Dade, I doubt she gets in.
Yeah.
Because especially Hispanic voters are very much not voting for black people.
No.
Yeah, exactly. So they definitely
Hispanic
not.
voters in Miami and South Florida are Republican.
Yeah, so they not. They definitely. So she definitely not getting in off the strength of that. So do I believe that she'll win? No. But do I believe it's more publicity for them to do another press run, another group of speeches, and another group of all that? Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying?
And
so
this is some shit that I don't think you're gonna hear many motherfuckers say and call out about.
What do you mean?
What we're saying.
Yeah, but
not pussyfoot and take the PC way. Or not even talk about it at all. But
I feel like I believe it's gonna be good for their little careers that they're trying to take on. Do I believe that she could go far in politics? I doubt it. Yeah. She doesn't have. One, you don't have that background, and two, you don't have that. You don't have those policies. You don't have. People don't know what you standing behind. What are you preaching to where you're going? Okay, this is what I'm trying to change. Most people that are going for some sort of position in office, you have to have some stance. Yeah, you have to have a stance that you get behind, and then you got enough people that feel the same way about that, and then, then you can go. Then you can go ahead and make that move. There's motherfuckers that's like, I believe in coal staying American, and let's not use let's keep it on fossil fuels. Then all of a sudden they run with that. You need some sort of stance. She doesn't have that stance. You're just popular because something happened to you. Well, something happened to your child, and now you're in the public light, but you just not. You can only go to so many black churches and so many cookouts and shit, and then with the t-shirts. I mean, that's all good and great, but you're not. What's your stance?
I took that as a sign of disrespect.
No, I'm saying they love doing. I mean, no, but white.
No, you're right. No,
white politicians do it too. They show up at mad black churches and
they want the black vote.
Yeah, of course. So,
but see, the irony is, how do you want the black vote when you suppress them from voting?
Yeah. Well, you want the ones that do want to come out.
You want the ones that can.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah, but you got to understand that the areas that they do suppress are free-thinking areas. They're not suppressing areas where that one pastor may have control over that entire district because he has full control over that. And then he's telling his voters to get out there, and then you got all these grandmas out here that's easily controlled, and their pastors like, hey, go vote for
and them pastors in pockets too, man.
Yeah, so of course he has power.
The crazy thing is though, on a bigger scale, but your city council is extremely important to everybody out there, and those to me are actually the more important elections than the presidential ones and shit.
True.
Because those are the shits that are going to determine who gets locked up, when you get locked up, how long you're going to be locked up for,
it's
or
true.
if you can get out.
People don't understand.
You can go vote for your judges, get behind your judges, your counselors, all that. That's important. But the irony is, it takes the popular vote to get you in the primaries, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the popular vote doesn't count for your presidency.
Yeah. So it don't matter. I mean, either way,
it is what it is.
Trump getting reelected. So
Trump.
I'll say it's a fact.
Oh, fact. Can't touch this. Can't touch this.
When he gonna win? Just because people too lazy. That's why our last three presidents that did double terms. Our last 4 presidents did double terms. It's just lazy. They get used to shit and they just ride with it.
Melania's back in the saddle.
Everybody doing 2 terms nowadays. They might as well elect you for 8 years nowadays because that's just what motherfuckers doing.
New slogan, dog. Grab her by the pussy.
Yo, see how you feel like people's really gonna let Trump run anything?
Fam,
yes,
running it.
Yes.
And Mitt Romney getting burnt.
Crazy.
Why is that crazy?
Trump got a hit list, dog. Trump, big balls. He out.
He doing it. He do it.
I mean, put this on everything. Put this on everything, dog. He's gonna pardon Bill Cosby, nigga.
Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. It's been a good podcast tonight.
Ivy Talks.
Hey.
Episode
17.
17.
We didn't say that in the beginning, but this is episode number 17.
Put it up.
We'll clean it up.
Shout out.
We'll put it up. All right.
Yeah,
Hey, and y'all groupies hit up Jay Nice, man. Stop acting like.
Shout out to the groupies. Shout out to my groupies, whoever they are.
Another cruise coming.
Another cruise may be coming.
All right. Shout out iLive UK.
Shout out iLive UK, all my folks out there in the UK. Shout out to London.
Intern
Shout out to our
episode 17,
listeners.
Claudia. Give it
Okay.
up.
Thank
What's
you.
up?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks, Claudia, for coming in tonight.
All right. It was a good one. It was a good
It's
one.
been a good night, guys. Any final
tough
words? Any
subjects,
shout
yeah.
out? Any dedications?
There's nothing but love from this side, y'all. Holla Rock, man. Shout out to all our past guests and future guests who are going to come on the show.
I agree.
Buddha great. Thank you very much. Starboy Jay Nice. It's always a pleasure, my G. And the beautiful
Draya Ivy.
Yay.
Thank you very much. Love to y'all. Good night. Good night.
You're listening to iLive Radio.